Boom, boom, boom. Thank fuck.
Oi, 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 it's 9:30-ish, and it means it's the one thing, and that is the OG show is back with the complete panel, which we're absolutely double buzzing about. We just got over our screens, Liverpool with 3-1 up against Barnsley, but they're making hard work of it. Which is good, you know, that sums up Liverpool's season. At the minute in the building, we've got Vigilante. These links are posted, so make sure you are subbing to every single one on there. They are pinned. Big up the Vigilante as well. Come on, and go and give him a sub as well. He's got his channel. Don't be stingy. Give him a sub. We got Quadra in the building. Big up to you, brother. You got Gavin over here, man. Always a pleasure to have you in the house. We got this geezer in here, Martin Tapp, man. Big up, Aaron and the crew as always. Good evening to you, man. Thank you very much for your attendance, my geezer. Gavin has said is in the building, man. We got DJ B saying hello to everyone, and that's it. Make sure you smash them likes. Make sure you give us a cheeky little sub on the way. Make sure you sub to the lads. Gunnar SC's in the building. Big up to you. Our sweet up Binks is in the building as well, saying hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining. Who else we got down there before we kick off? We got a Doc in the building who was, I won't say too much, but was definitely double over excited on Friday night. So a backstage chat or a text with you to see how things went on the Friday night, my brother, is overdue. I'm looking forward to what you've got to say there, you saucy sausage. But yeah, big up to everyone in the building, man. And yeah, we got Helsinki as well in the building. Big up Helsinki and big up Chris. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in, man. But listen, you heard it all here first. Before we come into the FA Cup stuff, you heard it here first. Kai Havertz is back. The king is back, which only means one thing. We are nailed on. You heard it here first. We're nailed on for a fucking quadruple. That's it. We've done it. Book your tickets to the Champions League finals. King Kai is back. King Kai and all his excellence is back. Book your tickets to Budapest. If you're traveling from across the country, you've got 3 trips to Wembley, so you better fucking book your tickets. You better book your coach, your travels, your trains, however you're getting on there. The quadruple's done. That's it. Kai Havertz is back. We will get into that in a little bit. But, boys, how are you, DJB? Minus the Arsenal, man. How was your weekend, bruv? It's Monday. Yeah. I'm interested. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's all good. It was all good. Good weekend. It warmed up a little bit, which is always nice. It's because it's been really, really cold. So
it has, isn't it?
Nice to, it's been freezing. Nice to see a change in the weather. And the FA Cup, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed watching it. Nice lot of goals. And it was a nice little break from the Premiership. So it was nice to watch the FA Cup and different teams. And big up Macclesfield. Man. Credit where credit's due. That's what the FA Cup's all about. That is what the FA Cup is all about. So if you think it's dead, Macclesfield Town keeps it going, which is brilliant. Brilliant. Good.
Yeah, no. So that's what it's all about. A little bit of magic in the FA Cup, you know. Third round is always a big sort of thing. You know, I've been brought up with watching that, and I'm sure all of you guys will probably copy and paste as well. You know. It's always a bit of a staple of the year, isn't it? When you know when it's January and early doors January, didn't you? Because the FA Cup third round's on. And yeah, it's been interesting and big up to Macclesfield. Absolutely brilliant. Shane, man, how are you doing, my bro?
All good, man. All good. Thanks for having me on. Big up to the legendary panel on the chat. Yeah, listen, FA Cup third round. I was saying it on off topic that it used to be a massive day. FA Cup, a massive weekend. But even having a Monday night game tonight is just they never leave well enough alone. You know what I mean? Just leave some things as they are. Leave some things as they are. But the FA Cup third round used to be great. I remember Kidderminster Harriers having a run in it. Obviously, Wrexham beating us. And the big difference was when the big teams went out back then, they were playing their first 11. No matter who they were playing, they always played them because they only had about 14 players, first team players, but they always played the first 11. But I always liked the FA Cup. Our game was a bit of a damn squib for me. Another technically 4 set pieces. But luckily for us, this team's better than the Invincibles, according to some Oscar the Grouch like looking people out there. But it's unbelievable. But yeah, listen. We should be thankful. We should be thankful because the last 5 years, just forget about them. This year is perfect. So let's enjoy it.
Shane, listen, man, that's it. It makes me laugh when you say about them people about the Invincibles. And it takes a whole blend of people to make up a world, but it doesn't stop them being absolute fucking tits, does it? Do you know what I mean? What can you do? Do you know what I mean? That's planet Earth for you, sadly, in 2026. Yeah, big up to you, Norms, as well, mate. Hopefully outside of Arsenal. Your weekend was all right. You know what I mean? We've made it to Monday.
It's good to see Owen Gonzalez scoring and Lepenito. What's it? I can't remember his name.
Lukey Penn. Lukey Penn. Sorry,
he missed a terrible penalty, mate.
They were all out. The trio, mate. Our attack was on fire, mate.
First half, all three.
I think on goal 6. Is it 4th or 5th? In our top goal scorer. So,
he must be 2nd or 3rd now. This Martinelli
he does get a lot of through balls as well. I noticed he's getting a lot of through balls as well. So great. You know what I mean? Absolutely brilliant. But big up to the world class chat. Big up to the legends. That is DJB, Shane, and obviously Aaron, mate. Big up to you. And looking forward to tonight's show, mate.
Yeah, no, but before we get to it as well, you know, again, you can see at the bottom of the screen scrolling across sub to everyone's panel. That's DJB at the Arsenal Huddle. That is, of course, Shane Gooner. This, of course, is Normski TV, who needs to get to 1K. His link, like everyone else, has been is get this goes out to 1K for crying out loud. What more do you want me to say?
Get your burner accounts out, man. Get your burner accounts out.
Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
All those people doing here? Come on, baby. Come over to me.
Get your asses over there and sub you. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, man. But yeah, all seriousness, get this geezer to 1K. Yeah, double deserves it. So, of course, before we get into the actual game that's just gone, of course, 4-1 win against Portsmouth, there's been a draw. And the draw is as follows. Let me just remove that banner so I can see the whole entire thing. We got Liverpool Barnsley, which 4-1 up. Come on, we got Liverpool, Villa and Newcastle, boys. That's an intriguing one. Two big, two not favourites, but you know, they're good teams. You know, playing against each other. Bit of Macclesfield and Brentford. Man City have got a nice little Salford or Swindon. Birmingham, Leeds, Stoke, Fulham, Oxford, Sunderland, Southampton and Leicester, Wrexham, Ipswich, Hull, Chelsea, Burton, West Ham, Burnley, Mansfield, Norwich, West Brom, Port Vale, Bristol, Grimsby, Wolves, and of course, Arsenal versus Wigan. DJB, what do you sort of make on that? Because whilst it ain't the most exciting of draws, it's not going to get you off your seats waiting to see the star-studded Wigan team. However, it is an opportunity at home as well for us to rotate yet again and possibly have a similarish sort of team in a congested fixture list, be able to give some fresh legs and some fresh rest, a bit of rest in some of these players. What do you make of that draw, bud?
Yeah, it's perfect draw, really, considering because I said it on Lee's, any home tie is a good tie. You know, obviously you don't want to go to the Etihad, you don't want to go to Anfield, them sort of ties, but Wigan at home, it's a favourable tie. It's an opportunity again to rest players in certain positions. It's an opportunity that if any players are coming back from injury to give them a little run out or something. So yeah, but as I said, you know, you can't take it for granted. You've still got to go and do the job. You still got to go and beat what's in front of you. But yeah, I mean, Wigan at home, we should. I mean, it'll be catastrophic if we don't, but whatever team he puts out, we should get the job done. But, you know, we can rest players at a crucial time in the season. So, you know, depending on how serious he wants to take the FA Cup, if we'd have played like a Man City in the next round or something like that, he probably might have been forced to play some of his, you know, a Zubamendi, a Rice, Saka, possibly. he hasn't got to do that now. So he can hopefully get more game time to Wanyeri if he's not left the club by then. He can play Eze because they need it. That's pretty obvious. Eze and Wanyeri has just lacked game time. They're lacking confidence. There was evidence of that on the weekend. Shadow of the players that when they first came on the scene, especially Eze, unrecognisable. It's a game that he could probably start Havertz to give him more game time, get him back as well. So, yeah, perfect. And if you look at the rest of the draws there, this is an opportunity to go far in the FA Cup because Newcastle, Aston Villa, one of them are going to go. Good cup teams. Chelsea away to Hull, that ain't going to be easy. That's not going to be easy. You don't want to go Hull, really. That's quite a tough game. And Liverpool, Brighton, another two.
Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one. Yeah, that's give me for Liverpool.
That's going to be tricky. And if you look at all the other ties, you can have the likes of, Norwich, West Brom. That's an all-championship tie. So this is an opportunity. It's another opportunity in a cup competition to go far. But yeah, what can you say? Wigan at home, perfect draw, really. Perfect draw.
Yeah. No, and do you know what? Just quickly before I come to Shane, I would probably say Liverpool be quite happy that fixture's at home.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Brighton are high flying, but you'd definitely rather have that fixture at home, wouldn't you? Let's absolutely get that right. Yeah, Shane. Yeah. What do you sort of make of this? I mean, I'm pretty sure what you're gonna say, but yeah, I believe it's not a bad draw. It's sandwiched, for context for yourselves, if none of you guys know on the panel or in the chat. Thursday, February the 12th, we play Brentford away, and this FA Cup game will commence most likely on the Sunday because we've got a Thursday game.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be playing Sunday the 15th. Our next game after that, so we'll have Brentford 12th. You'd presume this home tie against Wigan on the 15th, Shane. And then the following Sunday, we have Spurs away. So it's not wedged in between, the most horrendous of games, with the time frame lacking. What do you sort of make of that as well on the sort of knowledge of where the fixture lies in the list?
Yeah, well, it's a good opportunity to like DJB said, to play the so-called B team. I was annoyed at Gabriel playing. People say I'm nitpicking. Of all the players that I didn't want playing, he was the one I didn't want playing. I was, people say, who are you going to play then? I said, I don't care. Play Salmon and Norgard at centre back. We still should have enough. We still should have enough to outscore them. But he wants to keep clean sheets and stuff like that. It's just another 80 minutes in Gabriel's legs that wasn't needed. But that's the perfect draw, like DJB said. The Villa Newcastle one is interesting. I think if Villa get through that, they might win that cup. I can see them winning one of either the Europa League or the FA Cup. I think they'll win a trophy this year, Villa. One of those two. Probably the Europa League, with it being Emery. But they were in for Conor Gallagher. It looked like it was getting done. I think Spurs have nipped in, though. I can't understand why he'd go to Spurs over Villa unless it's just to live in London. It's the only reason I can think of. I don't know why he'd go to Spurs. Unless maybe he's a Spurs fan as a kid or something. I don't know. But that seems mad to me. I don't know if they're willing to pay the money and Villa aren't. But with the Cups, any knockout competition with this manager, it's with the FA Cup. I think as soon as we get a tough away draw, if we get drawn against the City, Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, anyone like that, I think we're going out. And then also the semi-final. Now, I know it's all hyper negative and it's all this, but I was trying to explain it this morning, man. Semi-finals, why am I meant to not think that we'll go out with a semi-final? You know what I mean? I was talking to Rashid about it, about the Chelsea game. I said, I don't know what score the first leg will be, but I just feel that we won't get through because it's a semi-final. It's all I have to go on. This manager bottles every semi-final, every big game. Yeah. So until he gets over that hurdle, then I'm going to believe that he's going to go out at every semi-final, because I just don't believe for no reason. But with that FA Cup draw, you look at it and you go, you'd imagine that Liverpool will. Brighton's tough, but you'd imagine they'll get through. You'll have your cities in there. You'll have your Chelsea. Hull is a tough place to go, but if you have to put money on it, you'd say them. Leeds aren't going to be easy. You don't want to be getting Ellen Road at some point down the line in a quarterfinal or something like that.
No.
But it could be one of those that you do have to go for every competition. Of course you do. But when you get to a semi-final and lose, it's like, oh, maybe we should have gone out in the first round. But with, or the third round, but with Arsenal and this guy's lack of rotation, even if we were to get to the semi-final and lose, I'd say it's not such a bad thing, because the likes of an Ethan might get a game where they wouldn't otherwise. Because when I saw Ethan start that game, I thought, unless we get a draw like this in the FA Cup, he won't start another game this season. You know, unless we get a Wigan at home or a Oxford at home or something like that. That's his last start. I don't see why he hasn't got out on loan, if I'm being honest. I know I'm getting a bit carried away from the point here, but yeah, look, it's a perfect draw. I mean, you can't ask for any better than that, really. Wigan, they're not going to cause us any trouble. We should easily steam past them. It should be a 5-6-0 win with 11 changes. So yeah, I can't complain about that at all.
Yeah, no, I think it's fair enough, and as well, I like the sort of thing about the Aston Villa. You know, you could see them going far again, sort of almost copy and paste with the Liverpool thing that I said. If you're Villa, obviously it's so obvious what I'm going to say, but Villa would be very happy that that's at home, wouldn't they? You know, because it's a very tricky game. Two good teams, you could see. You know, not 100% winning at Newcastle, but definitely going far and or causing big upsets. You know, later on in the round, you know, if Aston Villa get through, if Arsenal was to get through, you wouldn't want to play Newcastle away, would you? You know, so it's one of them horrible teams, you know, especially away from home, that you sort of knocked out the way. So I'm quite good with that as well. You know, there's a few teams already been knocked out, you know, like the Manchester Uniteds and the Tottenhams. You know, that's always a nice little comeback too. But Normski, just quickly before we actually move on to the third round game, to round us all up from this, what do you kind of make up with the draw?
Yeah, no, I'll just be happy with it being at home. And as you say, I think this is a chance for Arteta to rotate, and I mean rotate literally a whole 11 change. Yeah, you know, we've got the squad. I think by the time, by the time we get to that actual particular match, you'd hope that most of our players are back. But then, you know, the Mosquera thing, noise around that, whether he's going to be about or not, is another big question. I've seen Shane has been digging into that a little bit, and so I'm sure he will be able to come back with some news for us on that front there. You know what I mean? As he sort of works for Arsenal part time and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he knows all the OGs now, like Glenn Elder. Tony Adams is going to be in the phone book soon, isn't he? For Shane?
Yeah. We're looking forward to that. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased with the draw. We should be winning that game. But I'll just say, as you go further along, you know, if we do come up against like a top 6 side or a very decent side, especially away, you know, I'll be quite shaky about the whole thing, because I just say semi-final, you can only go back one goal, you know, how many semi-finals, and it doesn't fill me with confidence, put it that way. Do you know what I mean? So let's see whether he can change the narrative. I think a lot of things that Arteta needs to do, you know, for us to really be confident in him, and you know, I'm sure we'll be talking about the title as well. But one thing I'm tired of hearing now, and this is the narrative that's been thrown out there: why they're, you know, bumming off the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. You know, you're in a semi-final on Wednesday. You want to play your strongest side, because that's the thing that's going to kind of hopefully, if you get through that. And depending on how we do at home, and then if we get to a final, let's try and go for it. Because it will just give us a platform to build on to try and go for it, you know, for the Premier League. But they're bidding off that. They even talking about, don't, you know, bin off the FA Cup as well. I'm thinking, go for it. Go for all cups. Yeah. Why we bidding off these cups for? As I said, we have got a big squad according to everybody, you know, and we hear it a lot. We could do the quadruple. So why are we binning them off then? If they were talking about doing the quadruple, why all of a sudden now they're binning the Carabao Cup off and they're binning the FA Cup off? You know, I don't get how these guys think. Go for everything. Yeah, the chance, if you push for everything, there's a chance that you might win at least one of those cups. Do you know what I mean? So let's not be picky and choosy. You know, we're not at that level to be picking and choosing. You know, we're not at the level of 4p. We're not a 4P team right now. Yeah, we're a 0P team. Yeah, we're second place FC. Yeah, so come on, man. Let's just get real about this and get serious about going for these cups. We need to see a cup. I want to see Wembley. I want to have that feel good factor. And you know what I mean, at the moment, I don't know if we can get it on under this manager.
Yeah, well, you know, obviously the testing sort of factor will be how we do in that semi-final. You know, like you said on Wednesday. You know, let's just see if he's going to get over that hurdle or not. I know we won't know for 100%. You know, on Wednesday because there's 2 legs. However, you know, you can't start going there with a whimper. You know, and losing 1-0 or 2-1 or 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. That's basically again touching on what you and Shane said. You know, we've been horrendous when we get to this stage. It really hasn't been our level. Yes, have we been able to qualify for semi-finals? Yeah. But what have we done in them semi-finals? I mean, it's been pretty much nothing short of embarrassing. Pretty much in every single semi-final I can think of, in every single individual leg. In fact, so we've got to kind of do better there. Absolutely. I think as well, to round it off for me, I'm quite happy. It's not just because, you know, I want to face all the easiest teams. Essentially, I don't really care. There's nothing we can do about the draws. But the easier or the more comfortable the draw looks, whether it's at home, whether it's against a lower side team, the more I actually think Mikel Arteta will rotate, you know, like sort of what he did. And it's a shame, actually, that's all I think about is just saving the legs of these players by getting lower league sides or comfortable sort of draws, you know. Yeah, it'd be nice to get an easy route to a final and win it. I wouldn't really give a shit as long as I'm at the at Wembley, you know, going mad at the end of it. However, you know, the fact that my first thought is, maybe now Arteta will be able to rotate some players, or maybe now Ethan Mwaneri will be able to get a minute. You know what I mean? It's a bit poor, really. That's the first thing I come to. You know, that's on the manager. You know, and it always sort of will be with that. But obviously, DJB, we had a fixture, and it was against Portsmouth. 4-1 looked pretty in the end, but yeah, it didn't start very well, did it? You know, I texted my mate who was coming over, and he said he was going to be 10 minutes late. And a minute into the game, I text him. And I said to him, I was like, oh, we're 1-0 down already, having a little laugh to see if it comes in that. But a minute later, we fucking conceded. It's just, typical curse of the commentator, isn't it? But look, there was minutes in legs. There was a couple of things I weren't too happy about, and I want to get the panel's views on. You know, Timber coming on, Shane sort of nudged into it early as well. Gabrielle getting 80 minutes. So you know, there's a couple of silly little things, but there was a couple of good things about it. What did you make of the of the game, my friend? It's one out, it's one done now, and it comfortable in the end. But yeah, one was it?
No, I mean the first half we had to sort of find our way and find our rhythm a little bit. I was with Shane. I was surprised Gabrielle started, to be honest. You know, he's a key player. He's come back from injury. I'm sure there was a way around it and still be good enough to beat Portsmouth. And then Timber coming on as well, which surprised me a little bit. But look, the first half we had to feel our way in. I was looking at the players that were I was looking at Wanyeri and Eze. Can they actually make a statement? Can they actually say to the manager, give the manager a headache in the future? They didn't quite do it for me, to be honest, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah. Eze, I thought, would sort of dominate a little bit, but he didn't really. And you could see the manager couldn't wait to make substitutions. If he'd have, you know what I mean? He was itching to get a Wanyeri off. He really was. But listen, set pieces again. We showed character. I mean, we went 1-0 down at Portsmouth. Their crowd went absolutely nuts. I mean, big up Portsmouth. I mean, the atmosphere when they scored that goal was just amazing. And you got to dig in sometimes and show character, and we showed that. Got back into the game. Martinelli hat-trick. I mean, come on. I mean, you know, craziness, really. I mean, he can't really play. He can't really play for 90 minutes, but he's in the wrong. Yeah, I mean, he's taking his goals well. He's in the right place at the right time. I said on my stream yesterday, why don't you try him down the middle? Why don't you try him as an attacker? If it ain't quite working for Gorkarez, why don't you try something different? Put Martinelli down the middle, see what he can do. Perhaps play Gorkarez and Martinelli up front. 4-4-2, switch it around a bit. But he won't do that. He won't do that. We know he ain't going to do that. So, but listen, if it wasn't pretty. I knew we weren't going to completely blow them away because the amount of changes we made. And I've always said that our squad depth is overrated, personally. So I knew we weren't going to blow them away in open play. And I had a feeling we were going to get goals from corners and free kicks. I just had a feeling how the game was going to go. And it did. Yeah. But listen, FA Cup tie, furthest he's been since he's won it. So, we get the job done. It could have been a potential banana skin. And
we've got to get past the mighty Wigan first.
Yeah. It was potential banana skin, and we got the job done. Second half, Portsmouth didn't really kind of threaten, really. I mean, they had little moments here and there, which they're going to do. They're the home team, but it was comfortable in the end. It was comfortable in the end, and it might not have been. I mean, they went 1-0 up. If we we relied on an own goal to get us back in the game. If that hadn't have gone in, who knows? It might have been a different story. We've been very lucky in certain games, though. I've got to be honest. We've had a lot of luck this season. And I know you have to have luck to win trophies and you have to have luck to win leagues and stuff. But we seem to be having a lot of luck. Own goals come at the right time. Our back's against the walls. The crowd's up. We're losing 1-0. We get an own goal to get us back in the game. Then we get handed a penalty. Dreadful miss, by the way. He should be docked wages just for that penalty alone. But I
knew he was going to miss that, D. Sorry to cut you.
Oh, it was all wrong with
Yeah. I said to my missus, D, on the line, I was like, he's just going to tap this to one of the corners, and I thought the goalie was going to make a save, like he was just going to do a lackluster. Tap.
Like
and it was just lackluster, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just don't like them. I don't like anyone taking a penalty where they just take a couple of steps and do that. Just put your laces through it. Just step up and just smash it. But look, as I said, I'm not saying we've been lucky in all games. It's just that we've had certain moments in games where we've had luck go for us. Like a corner where it's come off of someone and it's ended up in the back of the net. We've scored a few own goals that have come at the right time.
Yeah.
The equaliser came at the right time. If that game had gone on for another 25, 30 minutes, Portsmouth might have just grown in confidence being 1-0 up, and it might have been a little bit more difficult. But so the goals came at the right time. It weren't fantastic to watch, but it was never going to be. It's Arsenal. That's how it's been now for the last 2-3 seasons. It's not been pretty to watch.
It's Arteta ball, isn't it? This is Arteta ball, whether we like it or not. Sadly, it is.
The thing is now, Aaron, I don't quite. For me now, it's all about trophies and getting over the line. Now I'm fed up now of trying to look for pretty football, attractive football, free-flowing football from this manager. It just don't happen. So I've kind of now accepted the fact that this is the type of football I'm going to watch at Arsenal. And if it wins me a trophy, brilliant. If it don't, there's the door. And that's how I am now. That's how I am. I don't even go to the Emirates now and expect to be blown away with free-flowing attacking football, because our attack and our final third has not been free-flowing. It's been lumpy, it's been bitty, it's had moments in the game where we've looked good going forward, but it hasn't really. I keep saying we haven't got a striker. We signed one, but Arteta's killed him like he has all the others. So we haven't got a striker. That's how I am now. And Portsmouth was no different, Aaron. I just sit back. I watch us play football. It's okay, 10, 15 minute spells. But on the whole, the standard of football that we play is pretty crap. But if it's going to win us trophies, so be it. If it doesn't, there's the door. Simple as that.
Yeah. No, in fact, just before we bring
Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert.
this one just be dispelled very, very, very quickly. Help me understand. Is it that guys don't like football? No, we just don't like the football.
No. I think it's just the D football. You don't like D football, so I think they're just asking, is that why we want Arteta out?
What does he mean? Help me understand. Is
like
it that
D
you
football,
guys
not
don't like
football.
football? Well,
No, the football that we play.
yeah, no, Shane.
Football
All I can say to that then, if you enjoy watching Arteta's tactics week in and week out, then you obviously don't like football, because I want to see better football. I don't want to see football like it's played right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely.
Sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to cut across you. Yeah, no, because I think it was just a genuine question. Yeah.
No, you're good. Well, hopefully write something crappy now so I can justify it. You know. Come on, you know how it is. And just quickly as well, this is out of football. For anyone like me, just quickly before we bring Shane in, like if anyone like me is trying to cut down on alcohol, give it up, or do dry January like me, the zeros are good. They're honestly, and they have been helping me out in the week. Trust me, it's making me feel a lot better. So if you're sort of thinking you might be drinking a little bit too much, like I took
Big up,
in
Aaron.
November, and I'm doing me dry January, there are options like that available. The Prony and the Stella Zeros are actually good. So swap over to it, make yourself bloody feel better, because I'm 12 days in, and honestly, I'm bouncing up and down. I've got more energy, unfortunately. My missus hates it. My kids love it, and I'm feeling a lot better. But Shane, yeah, man, I just thought I'd had to do that. You know what I mean? Just because it may help someone out who's watching. We've got 103 in the building. You know, get a zero, try it. Shane, man, yeah, back to the Portsmouth game. I wanted to get you in with this sort of particular question because I know you bloody love it. Yeah, you've nudged on it already, and you know what I'm going to ask as well. The Gabriel playing 80 minutes, the Timber coming on. Look, largely, I thought the team was okay. You know, I'm not saying that across the whole pitch, Arteta got it wrong. I thought, you know, having the Maduekes and the Martinellis and Jesus is decent. You know, so putting Norgard at the back, yep, I get it. You know, Ethan Ranieri starts, cool. There were some things I agreed with in that thing, but having Gabriel on the field, and especially for 80 minutes, I can't justify it. And bringing Timber on. Oh, Shane, talk to me, Shane. It's so unnecessary, these little bits. And they're the little bits in the game, Shane, like about Arteta, where you just think you can't help yourself, can you, bud? He just can't help himself, can he?
He can't, especially with a semi-final coming up where he should be playing him. You know, and now I'm thinking, oh, you might have to you should be taking one of the men. The thing is, someone put in the chat when I said it, oh, if he had played 16-year-old and Norgard together and went out, you'd be complaining. Yeah, I would. Because if he had rotated through the season, the players we'd be bringing in would be Hincapié and Mosquera, and it would be a proper change. He should be able to play, because someone said, oh, well, he had to play Gabriel to win. But did Gabriel score the 4 goals? It wasn't about keeping a clean sheet. We could have gone with a 16-year-old and Norgard at centre-back. Even if they score 2, you should be able to put 4 or 5 past them easily. You should just go smash them. Defend from the front. That's what we should have done. We should have put out all the attacking players and just smashed them and played. And you know what? Don't have Timber on the bench. Have Nichols on the bench. And then if you need to bring someone on because Ben White can't do the 90 and you're 4-1 up, just bring on a kid. Exactly. You know what I mean? There's things he could do. Now, he didn't bring Rice on, which was a surprise. But I'm telling you, if that was 2-1 going into the last 20 minutes, Rice is coming on that pitch. So for me, when I'm getting told in the summer that our second 11 would finish in the top 6, then yeah, I want big changes. And in the League Cup, I want the second, we don't come into the third round. I want a whole team change. Next round, 4 or 5. Quarterfinals, maybe 4. Semi-finals, you still should be changing 2 for the semis. I know we need to win a trophy, but we have Forest away on Saturday. So he could play his full team against Chelsea, slip up, and then have an unfit team going to... This is how you balance. You have to learn to balance it. Ferguson couldn't do a quadruple. Guardiola couldn't do a quadruple. It's not easy, but you have to try and balance it as best you can. And this guy does it. We go through it every year. Every year we get to points like this. Now, I had that Oscar the Grouch lad say that, oh, well, Arteta has the same points at this point that the Invincibles did, so he's doing something right. And blah, blah. Don't even put them in your mouth if you're going to talk like that, by the way. And if you want to go down that road, in 07-08, we had more points at this stage. We had 50 points at this stage in 07-08. So does that mean that team was better than the Invincibles and this one? Because that team didn't go on to win anything. And his point was, I've never seen, when the Invincibles were drawing games and they were on the same points, was there people going, sack the manager, sack the manager? No, but in 07-08 they were. In 07-08 they were saying sack the manager when we were more points than this. Every time we drew a game because we had a soft underbelly, or every time we tried to walk the ball into the net, what's he doing? He's never going to get over the line. Sack the manager. Why is he sticking it with Almunia? Sack the manager. I know for a fact views wanted Wenger out before that. I know Lee did. I know several people wanted Wenger out before 07-08. And every time we slipped up. In fact, it was more then. And it wasn't just the Arsenal fans. It was every pundit on Sky. The second Arsenal in a weak goal with that team. We told you they're too soft. They're too soft. Oh, they went and drew with Stoke. We told you they're too soft. He needs to get a break. He needs to get a wrecker in midfield. You can't do it with Flamini and Fabregas. They're too small. This guy has the mainstream media on his side. He has 90% of the fan base on his side. And the difference as well with that Wenger team is that he had gone unbeaten about 2 or 3 years before. So he had fucking credit in the bank, mate. Then he had lost all the Invincibles and rebuilt in the space of 2 years, that team. Which if he had had a good keeper, we would have won the league. Now, that was his mistake. That's on him. And I still hold it against him. How often do I say that? If we had had Almunia that year, we would have won the league.
Yeah, but I've watched that recently as well, again, to be fair.
Yeah, because so that's on Wenger. So I'm holding him accountable. Well, I'm not saying everything was perfect, but we had a fantastic team then, which he had rebuilt completely. We had Sanya at right back. He wasn't in the Invincibles. We had Clichy at left back. Yeah, he was in the squad, but he only made a few appearances. Torre was there, fair enough. But we had Gallas. He hadn't been there. We had Fabregas, who played a handful of games. He wasn't really, he'd broken into the team yet. We had Flamini, hadn't signed him. Van Persie, well, he had come through the youth system.
Nasri's.
Yeah. Adebayor had come out. We only signed him in the season after. All of these guys came and he'd rebuilt them that quick. So I know I'm going completely off the point, but it's just been grinding on me because I'm so sick and tired of these people referring back to our past and pissing all over it. Like Creatine was saying he's got the big gig now. And first thing he does is open his mouth and say, Cecil, Cecil, if we do get to the final of the League Cup, Cecil, I hope he plays Kepa, Cecil, because I remember when he had Meninga and he played Meninga for the whole way through the cup and then dropped him for the final for David Seaman. No, he didn't. David Seaman picked up an injury in, I think, January, February. He was out for about a month and a half. Manninger came in. He played about 6 or 7 league games, kept clean sheets the whole way through. He played, I think, the 4th round and the 5th round. Seaman had already played the 3rd round, and then Seaman played the semi-final and the final. It wasn't he was rotating the keeper in. So these guys just make shit up to defend this manager. That's all they do, is they just make shit up to defend this manager. And I can't even remember what you asked me now because I've just gone off on one. I can't remember the point.
In classic Shane form, ain't got a fucking.
I think it was to do with the 80-20 thing. Was it to do with Gokares? I can't remember myself. I was getting so engrossed. In what you're saying.
It was nothing to do with Gokares. No,
it's just about the players. I don't know how I'm doing that now. Right?
It's about the it's about playing Gabriel for 80 minutes.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have played.
And you're in Timber. I mean, maybe we'll get an answer soon. I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have played. You see what they do?
I was enjoying
that. To me.
Yeah, I was enjoying it. You know, I was like, he's going off in one area. He ain't fucking answering the question.
Me and Norms are dipping into this matrix every day. It melts your brain. It really does.
It does.
You know what I mean? It's like getting the bends if you come up out underwater too quickly, and you really do. You're gone, and you can die from it.
That's funny, man. But yeah, so Shane, it's just a little frustrating, isn't it? My kind sir. Normski, I wonder if you can answer that. Shane done it so well.
Wait. Repeat the question slowly.
It's on the lines of it's just kind of a little bit frustrating that Mikel Arteta just still doesn't seem to learn, and that's sort of his Achilles heel, isn't it? I think that lack of being able to learn. Playing Gabriel. You don't need Gabriel away at Portsmouth. You don't. A struggling Championship side. You don't need him. There are options you could have done, like what Shane said. You could have had Salmon there from the beginning. You could have had Norgard in there. You could have maybe kept one of the centre backs on there, but you could have also had Ben White and brought him on and moved one of them over to right back, or you could have done something, couldn't you? You know, you could have done something, but no, you had to play Gabriel for 80 minutes. You had to bring Yuri and Timber on. You just can't help yourself, and they're the things that he needs to shake off so quick, because they are the things that will down the line in a congested fixture list, Normski, that will come back to bite you. Could you imagine Yuri and Timber come on and one of them Portsmouth players thought, do you know what? Yeah, Arsenal taking the piss out here. I'm going to be spiteful, and just goes in and fucking takes one of them out. All of a sudden, you've got a semi-final coming up. You've got a real must-win game against Nottingham Forest coming up. And an angry championship player out of spite just shinned one of your players, and he's out for 3-4 weeks. He's got to get over this, isn't he? You know.
Yeah, I definitely. I think it sort of boils down to trust at the end of the day. And if you're gonna bring these players in, at least give them the minutes. You know what I mean? Because as I say, you look at the players like Eze and Ethan Manriri. I mean, these guys at the moment just look out of sorts. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, because they're not at the minutes and whatever. It's just a case of when they came on, they don't look like players. Eze just doesn't look happy. Do you know what I mean? And if I go back to the very point that you're talking about with Timber and Gabriel, you don't need to. You could have played Salmon in there. And as I said, I think it was either like DJB or Shane said it, that even if you let in 2 goals, we should have a good enough attack to go and put more goals past these guys. So after a while, you saw they started to tire and stuff like that, and we started to grow into the game. So if you haven't got the players, Mosquera, Anki Payanaz out, because you didn't rotate these players. Because as you said, if they were available or were rotated properly, you'd be able to bring them in. So evidently, you are not managing this big squad, because you're always going back to the same, but you're always reverting back to type. So, it was a bit of a strange one, even bringing Timber on. And it was quite strange. I don't know if this is right. If somebody can clear it up, because I was watching the game in the car. Yeah, I was driving, but I had one eye on the game and one eye on the road. You know what I mean? Very, very hard to do. Yeah, my missus was giving me the commentary. But I just wanted to understand, and I don't know if it's because when he brought Timber on, I noticed that Timber was playing on the left and Salmon was playing on the right. So I'm just thinking... It looked like
he weren't playing. Timber was left centre-back, I think. Yeah. I think Timber was
so was he playing a back three? Was he playing a back three?
No, I think he just put Salmon at right back. Kept Norgard as centre-back.
Right. So the only reason why I'm saying, because come the Carabao Cup, because obviously I feel sorry for Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's not... Let's just clear this up now, guys. If nobody didn't know, Miles Lewis-Skelly is not a left-back. His game is absolutely just gone right off the boil.
Yep.
And you saw that in the game. He can hardly run. Now the thing is, I'm wondering, going into this game, he's going to be up against like either Pedro Neto or one of them guys in the Carabao Cup first leg. So I'm wondering whether he's going to probably play Timber at left back and play Ben White at right back. I don't know. It might not be the case, but I was just thinking, because I saw him there.
Sorry to cut across you. I would agree with you if he had done it in the Champions League like he should have against PSG. Remember we were saying that he should have played Ben White at right back and Timber at left back for Dembele, and he still played MLS. Now I think he's lost a lot of faith in him since then.
Yeah.
But for me, this MLS thing needs to stop. It needs to stop now. Stop playing on the left back.
Yeah.
It's really Zinchenko vibes, isn't it, man?
Yeah, I mean, you got people listen, this time last year, this guy was, playing for England. He was the golden boy. Goal. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Now people want him at the club. It's like they don't think he's good enough. So that is just down to Arteta.
What has happened to MLS? He's not a left back, man.
We told him that last year. I told him when I was on Dan Potts's channel in the summer.
I was there with you.
He's not a left back.
When he put up the website of, look, Wanyeri is not a midfielder, he's a winger. And then 10 minutes later, he pulls up his the B team that we have. He has Wanyeri.
I told him, right? I told the name that I don't mention. Bit like Harry Potter, really. I told the name that I don't mention that Skelly wasn't a left back. If this guy was any good at coaching, he'd turn him into a brilliant midfielder because he's a midfielder with good potential. We don't need to sign Marino. We don't need another midfielder. Play Skelly in
we were saying.
and turn him into a baller. That's what I said.
He'll never play him in midfield.
Now they're all saying he's not a left back.
Well, he'll never play him in midfield because then he'll have to explain why he played him at left back. You know what I mean? That's stubbornness. It's all about him. It's just stubbornness that he won't play him there.
I mean, when was the last time we signed a left back?
I mean, not an actual one. Probably was Kieran Tierney.
Actual left back.
When we signed a bucket load of people that he's played there, Tomiyasu, Timber.
Yeah. I'm talking about
Calafiori's, the Hincappies. Yeah, but not. I don't think Arteta's. Probably the closest thing to positional one, and even though he's a left wing back, was probably Nun Tavares. Yeah. And he wasn't even a left back; he was a left wing back, wasn't he? Really,
and he still gave him his debut away to Brentford. He brought him on off the bench at right back.
Yeah.
Brought him off the bench at right back.
You got Errol Smith Rowe, and there you got Miles Lewis Tierney.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're all going the same way. They're all going the same direction. Skelly will be on.
Scrappy. I'm telling you, man. I'd swear that's why Mertesacker's leaving. I'd say sick of handing.
You took the words right
sick of handing this guy. I was saying it this morning. His whole CV depends on how well these players do, and then it's out. It must be so frustrating to nurture them like that and have all these ballers. Because I was saying it with Rashid, if you work or you're in charge of the youth system, say you're in charge of La Masia. Like, Yamal is on your CV, even though you have nothing to do with him once he's gone. That's on your CV. I brought Lamal through to you. Okay, you've got a big job, mate.
Yeah.
Mertesacker now should be getting headhunted by Barcelona, by Bayern, because we should have a balling out Ethan in our team. Miles Lewis Skelly. Saka should be better than he is. You know, even Emil Smith-Rowe should be doing a bit. And he'd be going, right, there's 4 players there that are mostly starters for a big club like Arsenal. His CV should be massive. Instead, it's just Saka, and he's broken. So everyone that he's nurtured and brought through, this guy's just taking them apart.
Yeah.
It's like Berta handing him these players. His CV is getting ruined by this guy because he's meant to be, he gets rated when he leaves a club. That's what we were doing when he came to us. We were looking at the signings he made at Atletico. Oh, look at this one. He was a baller. Oh, he signed Rodri for next to nothing and then sold him for this. Every player he hands to this guy, he's ruining him. And that's his CV just getting destroyed. It can't be nice. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'll finish on this. I already put it on a post, but I worked in kitchens. It's the equivalent of an owner of a restaurant going out and buying all the most expensive ingredients, fresh truffle, most expensive foie gras, giving it to the head chef and going, right, we're going to open tomorrow. I want to get a Michelin star. And he hands out greasy fish and chips. And you go, well, what? I just have to give you everything to make good food. And this is what you do to me. And then that restaurant owner, when he tries to open another place and get back and they go, I'm not backing you. I saw what happened to the last place. Well, that wasn't my fault. I gave him, that's on your CV, mate. You know what I mean? You had a failed restaurant. And that's what these two guys must be thinking. What am I doing here, man?
He's going to end up going. He's going to end up going. Skelly will go. Yeah. Dowman will go.
It's a shame, really, because some of that talent's good enough for this squad. More than good enough for this squad. And you know, within the right nurture and the right arm around your shoulder, I know it's so easy to say Arsenal greats, but you could have some phenomenal long-term Arsenal players there, couldn't you? You know, like the likes of your Max Dowmans and Ethan Maneris. Yeah. You know, if they bled through right under the right guidance, you know, you could be looking at superstars. Very easy to say, I know, but you know, it'd be a shame to see them fizzle out. Go on,
I think Mertesacker, and when Wiltshire was there doing the under 80s or under 50s or whatever it was, I think they were actually playing a different brand of football to what the first team is playing. Because, you know, you can't be nurturing these guys and then, right, you've got Mertesacker nurturing MLS as a midfielder, and then he comes in and you put him at left back. He's just like, because he had that thing, you know what I mean? I saw him doing whatever and then I'll put him at left back. He clearly isn't left back, and we've been crying out for that. So I look at it as that maybe the under 15s, under 18s, or whatever, because the way it is under Wenger, right? I remember going and watching the second string team playing exactly like the first string team. I've with Carabao Cups and loads of Carabao Cup games or whatever it was back then. And I'm thinking, look at they're playing the exact same football. You couldn't tell the difference between the first team and the second team. And so the consistency. So from going from the academy it was gonna be flawless. It's just gonna nice transition in there. At the moment, what we're looking at is MLS is coming in here. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. He's playing him at left back. He's now failed at left back. He won't put him in midfield because that's going to look bad on Arteta. So I and that's why I think the theory is, and I think I text Shane about it, and I said there's got to be something going on. Why this guy said I'm gonna go and try my. No, he wanted a new challenge. I think that was what he said in his thing, that I'm looking for a new challenge because everything that he does gets challenged. Do you know what I mean?
Arteta runs the football club, doesn't he? Arteta is Arsenal.
I think that's what it is.
That's the problem that's the road we've gone down now. He's bigger than the football club. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is the situation we're in with Arteta, and this is why we keep saying it is the long-term damage that he's going to cause, because he is bigger than the football club. Ferguson weren't even bigger than Man United, but for some reason,
especially in the eyes of this fan base,
this guy is bigger than the football club, and it's
even bigger than the history of the football club.
It's filtering down.
Yeah.
That's why Saka wants more challenge. That's why he wants a different challenge, and the next one that comes in, it will carry on and carry on. But the problem is what I see with Skelly and players like this. It's not the fact that they're playing out of position. It's the fact that they've dropped off so badly, so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because Skelly looks a liability at left back now. Whereas he didn't. He came in, done a job. But if you're against Liverpool, he was getting turned inside out, outside out. He didn't know who was on the inside of him. He don't know who's on the outside of him. His positioning is dreadful. He gets caught getting forward. He gets caught getting back. Drop off is immense. So if you look at, he is a midfield player, but if you're going to play him at left back, at least improve him.
Mm-hmm.
At least improve him. I mean, he's dropped off badly. Eze, badly.
And that's the difference between Pep. That's the difference between Pep.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. It's not subtle little drop-offs. It's bad, catastrophic drop-offs.
But DJ, when they're not playing great, he's in their ear the whole match, shouting and barking. That is worse. If you ever tried to work and someone's over your shoulder,
exactly.
You make mistakes.
But, I mean,
just
look at Saka. People are saying, "Oh, Saka," but let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. Let's take Arteta away from it. If you was looking at Saka now, and you've been watching him year in, year out, like we all have, he should be at a completely different level now. He should be one of the top 3 players in the world that everyone would pay £150 million for plus, right? He's plateaued. He's still a very good player, but he hasn't reached the level.
He's gone down though, DJ. He's gone down from 2 years ago. He's gone down.
That's what I'm saying. He's plateaued. Yeah. He's gone down. He hasn't improved, but that's it now. I don't see Saka getting any better at all. I don't see him moving on
no.
tenfold. I can just see him having the odd good game here and there, doing the odd good thing here and there. He should be in double figures on goals. He should be in double figures on assists. He's nowhere near it. And then you look at Martinelli. He's dropped off. And then you look at the striker that we've bought in from Sporting. Absolutely horrendous. What he's done to him. Absolutely horrendous.
Just coming in, a better manager would.
It's just the list goes on.
Know his limitations, right?
Yeah.
Because of his injuries and everything, a better manager would know his limitations. Go right. I'm going to move your position now. I'm going to coach you.
Yeah.
Coach you to play either central or just change something about his game. Not Arteta. Yeah. Arteta still wants this guy to run up and down, up and. Sometimes you're watching him, right? You're at the ground, DJB. Aaron. You're at the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
You because sometimes the camera's not always on it. Sometimes I'm watching the TV. I'm thinking, where's Saka? I can't even see him.
It's just in crazy. But getting back to Lewis Skelly, if Salah was playing the other night, we would have lost that game.
Mm.
Because Skelly didn't have a clue where Frimpong was, didn't have a clue on some of them balls where he was. And he got inside him and he was like looking around. I think he was looking to see if it was raining at one point. You know what I mean? I mean, Salah would have cut inside and scored without a doubt. But listen, I just don't. As I said earlier in the stream, I've come to the conclusion now where I'm not seeing players improve, and I'm just watching a style of football that I'll have to lump it while this manager's here, and I just hope it wins us trophies, major trophies.
Yeah.
And if
it's got to, because that's sort of the only way really that you can justify it, especially from our end. All the other lot, they've already justified it. They don't even care about the trophies because Arteta's so fantastic and we're competing again. But for us, it's the only thing now that can justify this dreadful football. That is it. Everything, copying everything, the whole lot. It's the only thing is delivering sustained silverware. Talking about silverware, we've got a little wanker of the week coming up. Who's going to win it? I'll tell you who. We'll put it up right now. But it's madness. It's sort of something that wanted to tie in. I wanted to talk about Odegaard. I wanted to talk about captaincy. And I wanted to talk about, a little bit of Tony Adams as well, because he's mentioned in this particular clip. And I know our man, our hero, our Shane Gooner, the Irish geezer down there that is mates with all of the Arsenal legends. They're in speed dial 1, 2, 3, and 4. You name them, Shane knows them. Personally, Glenn Elder, I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean? Best man at your wedding, I think. I mean, Tony Adams. Yeah. People think that you're going to meet Tony Adams, for like a meet and greet thing. You're just going out for a cup of coffee with him,
just meeting up. He's over in Ireland. I said, here, Tone, hit me up next time you're over. You know what I mean?
That's just how our Shane rolls. Do you know what I mean? But I wanted you to watch this video of this particular wanker. So let's just have a little roll, and I'm desperate to get your guys' opinions on what this particular person said. So, who has won the most coveted individual prize on YouTube? The most coveted individual prize in football? Who has won it? Who has won it? Let's have a little look.
The Aaron Talks Arsenal Wanker of the Week, sponsored by the Ludemo.
Why is it him, I wonder? Let's have a little look at our failed act.
You're Rory, you play Tommy. Before we ask you any questions, let's take a look at you in action.
New monarch, new age, new world.
The suspense.
Like Eddie Connolly.
That's right. He deserves
it. What a fucking actor, by the way. I mean, come on. What a fucking actor, by the way. But let's have a look what this pillock said.
And there is no debate. If Martin Odegaard is fit, Martin Odegaard will play. It's as simple as that. He is the Arsenal captain for a reason. And anybody who has been questioning it, including Tony Adams, look, football's a game of opinions. But I think that opinion has now been proved incorrect. You cannot really have a conversation about should Martin Odegaard be the captain of Arsenal? Should he be in the first team? Of course he should. When he is playing like that, when he is not only demanding the most from himself, but demanding the most from everyone else, he is the Captain Marvel of the team. And in the absence of Declan Rice, I think it really is huge. So, boiling it down, keeping Odegaard fit, getting Odegaard playing to the level that is required, that could be the answer to Arsenal's season.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. First off, we're talking about the Captain Marvel, the Odegaard, the Captain Marvel. If you're the actual Captain Marvel, Mr. Arsenal, Tony Adams, who captained us in 3 different decades, the 3 different titles, by the way, the only captain that will ever do that probably for Arsenal. It doesn't matter what Tony says, Shane. Doesn't matter what Big Tone says because you're wrong. That's just as simple as that.
Rory Jennings has said it, though.
I couldn't believe what I heard, and I want to come to you first, Shane, as well. Do you know what I mean? With that, and then we'll go D, and then we'll go Norms. I mean, Martin Odegaard. I mean, is he that inspirational to Arsenal? Tony Adams. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to disagree. He's wrong, and where do I start with that? That is wanker of the fucking month, mate. Not wanker of the week. I was looking at all you guys' faces when he was saying some of the little bits, and it spoke more pictures than anything, man. Where do we go with idiots like that commenting on Arsenal Football Club?
Well, for me, I've always got this thing that you know, if someone that you respect says something about you, they correct you or something, or say you need to fix this in your life or that in your life, it cuts you to the bone because you go, right, I respect them. If it's someone that you don't respect and they have an opinion, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. And I have no respect for that guy. He's apparently a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
All he does is cover Arsenal because it gets the most clicks. So your opinion means absolutely nothing. And I've said it before about these guys. They think if they get on AFTV, it makes their opinion more valid. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Your opinion on the club is invalid from now on, because the second you get told that there's things that you can't say, or there's points that you can't touch on, or things that you can't mention, you are not a fan anymore, right? You're not a fan anymore. You're a content creator now. Now, people say, well, you create content. Yeah, but nobody's ever told me I can't say something. Nobody's ever told me that I can turn around tomorrow and say, listen, lads, I think we were wrong about Arteta, and you guys will go, Jesus Christ, I didn't see that coming. But you're not going to go, well, you're not coming on the show anymore, and your opinion, you know what I mean? I can say whatever I want about the club, because my opinion is always about what's best for the club. But to look, he knows that if he mentions Tony Adams, it gets clicks, and it did. He knows what he's doing. He's a failed actor. He knows the business. He knows what you have to do to make it to the top. He knows that you have to leave your dignity at the door. Anyone that works with that guy, for me, your opinion's gone. Yeah, he knows next to nothing about football. I've heard him talk before. It's all about the tone of his voice. To say something like that when you're not even an Arsenal fan, I mean, it boggles the mind, really. It boggles the mind, but then again, it doesn't. That guy, whenever he pops up on if I'm going through shorts on Instagram or something like that, I normally just skip by it. But the first word will always be Arsenal. Arsenal. You don't even support the club, mate. You don't even support the club. So you're nothing but a businessman. You're nothing but a shill. And I'm just glad that when it's the likes of him, and we know who the other one was that said he's not my Mr. Arsenal, he's not my captain. We know these guys. It doesn't affect me as much, because it's like I said, I have to respect you for your opinion to mean anything. You know what I mean? It's like when a gal says something about Arsenal, it's like, well, I don't respect you. So
as soon as he opens his mouth, basically, isn't it?
Basically, as soon as he opens his mouth. So for me, look, leave him be. He's talking absolute bollocks. If Odegaard was so important, why is he the most hooked captain in history? You know what I mean? Arteta knows he's not good enough, but he starts him because he made him captain again, just to cut off his nose to spite his face. But then he subs him all the time because he's not that important. Now, if he was an important captain, he wouldn't be getting subbed. He'd be on the whole time. He'd be like Declan Rice. He'd be running him into the ground if he was that important. But he knows he's not. So instead of just saying, I better start dropping this guy, he's not good enough, he will risk not winning something to insist on this guy who had, 2 good games since he's come back? They're acting like he's come back and he's just changed everything. He was god-awful against Liverpool. Absolutely terrible.
This is what I wanted to get on as well. Yeah.
This is the thing. He had 2 good games, and only one of them was very good. The other one was okay. The other one was just okay. That's it. In the last, year or so, he's had 3, I'll be generous and say 4 good games, a couple of all right ones. The rest of them has been terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Can I mention something when we was on the phone? I think it was a couple of mornings ago. It might have been Friday. I'm not quite sure when. And we was having a little chat. You were saying that Zippy was saying about his 2-yard sideways pass.
Fucking hell, man!
It
was
made the goal. He made.
Oh no, Darren! Like, you have to see it to believe it. 2 minutes, man, and it was that little 2-yard, the little 2-yard layoff that he did for Rice to run onto it, like you do if you're tipping off a free kick.
What was he saying?
A minute per yard.
Of the pass.
Brilliant. He said it's so clever. He played it half blind, and it's so clever that when he lays it off, he telepathically tells Declan Rice that you now have to hit this with the inside of your foot, and you have to put it into the bottom right hand. I'm not even paraphrasing. I'm not even
used to watch the likes of Pirlo then and people like this then.
2-yard pass, a 2-yard pass. And the funny thing about it, he made him shape his body. There, he made him shape his body. It's amazing what he did here, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, when he made him shape his body, but it was a 2-yard pass. Now, with a 2-yard pass and someone running onto it, you only have one option. It's just to soft roll it. You can't chip it. You can't hit the pace. You can't. And if anything, Declan Rice's run made Odegaard make up his mind about what way he had to play the pass. If you're going to go down that road, But he's 2
so
minutes.
stupid.
2 minutes he spoke on the brilliance of it. I went in his chat. I obliterated him with comments. He's not replying to me anymore. He used to reply all the time, but he stopped.
It's
now.
just PR.
Yeah. You might be deleted
unbelievable
or blocked
DJ.
now or something. You never know. Yeah.
DJ, you have to see it to believe it. 2 minutes he talked about it.
Yeah.
Brilliant, amazing.
Not
many players.
Is it on his channel?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Is it one of his?
While DJ comes in, I'll look for the clip. While D or Norm's either.
Yeah, it's one of his shorts.
The thing is about Rory Jennings, if he's a Chelsea fan, then he's seen great captains at his football team.
Exactly.
He's seen what a captain is really like. He's seen the likes of John Terry. You've seen the likes of, all these captains at Chelsea. So, again, it's just for clicks. What really annoys me is that these people that create content that are other fans are constantly talking about Arsenal this, Arsenal that, Arsenal this. I blame the Arsenal fans for following these people and believing what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones. They're the ones. They're the ones. Yeah. The Arsenal fans really should be saying, "What's he fucking on about?" They shouldn't even be watching them. But the problem is, right? Let's be honest. Odegaard is not a captain of this football team. He shouldn't be captain of this football team. And as Shane said, and we've said it all in the past, captains don't get substituted the amount of times that Odegaard's been substituted. Captains don't go missing in big games, semi-finals, Champions League legs, Champions League quarterfinals, Champions League semi. Captains don't go missing. Liverpool at home, 8 points clear we could have gone. You're looking at your captain for inspiration. You're looking at your captain to create something. He was one of the worst players on the pitch. Shouldn't have come out at half time. Should never have come out the dressing room. I was shocked that he came out. And this is what I'm saying. That's not a captain. That is not a captain. And all of this about, the players respect him and the players voted for him to be captain. You're the manager.
What's a load of bollocks.
It's an absolute load of bollocks. And it's just all for PR status. This, as he said, these people say all this stuff just to... I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on. You got that Spurs fan. All he talks about is Arsenal. Spurs are absolutely in total crisis.
Yeah,
and he should be literally doing what we do about our football club. And all he talks about is Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you got Man United absolutely in the mud, completely in the mud. The amount of stuff that they should be covering about Man United. What do they talk about? Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's because we've got the most moronic fan base out there. It's just easy, isn't it?
It's just it's
just so easy. Minimal effort, highest output.
I don't listen to them. I don't listen to them. If I come across them accidentally, I turn them off straight away. Whether they've got a valid point or not a valid point, I just don't listen to them. They're not Arsenal fans. They should be more worried about their own club, to be honest. And as for Tony Adams, I'm sorry. The fact that a Chelsea fan's even mentioning his name winds me up.
Yeah. 100%. Norms, did you before I load up the Zippy, the jaw that can chaw through granite, we'll ask you if what do you think about that? What do you call it? What do you think about?
First of all,
what do you think about the Tony Adams and things like that? Let's have your say, and then we'll load. We'll load.
Yeah, no. First of all, I don't listen to extras.
It's coming.
Yeah, I don't listen to extras. Yeah. When I watch EastEnders, I prefer to watch the real actors, not the ones that they're walking past and they're trying to look like they need to get in the scene and all of that. That's what Rory Jennings is for me. Again, coming from a Chelsea guy, how can you listen? Martin Odegaard, captain material. I'm sorry, this guy,
Captain
the most creative player since he's come back. The most chances created. 4 assists in all comps. 4 assists in all comps. He's our most creative player. I watched that guy. Yeah, when it was all kicking off. Yeah, man was hiding behind the referee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what he does. He pretends. He tries to look busy, but he ain't. Yeah. it does it good. So like if the player's got the ball, the opposition player's got the ball, he kind of runs to them and he sort of goes just kind of just jumps in front of them. He doesn't do anything to inspire
me. It reminds me of? It reminds me. I used to have a fella called Danny. Yeah, we used to work with when we used to build lofts, and the amount of effort he'd put into looking busy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just sitting there and I thought, you'd have got all the work done by now. Like, he'll stand there, like, just going around. He'll always have a hand tool on him or a drill. He'd just whack things and just, like, holding the drill and whack it on something just to make it sound like he's doing something.
He's a pretender.
He's just got one tool in one power tool in one hand.
Odegaard is a pretender, right? That's it. At the end of the day, he's not an Arsenal captain. You cannot compare him.
Tell him,
Big. Come nowhere near. He can't lace any of our captain's boots. None of them. He shouldn't be captain. Full stop. Right? And Shane sent me a clip, and probably that's the reflection of why Mikel Arteta used him, because I don't if it's AI. Well, brilliant to AI, but he's come and put on the classic.
I don't think
gold,
it is
the gold shirt. He's come on just before he's come off the bench. He's pulled his top over his head. He's gone this. Now he didn't look like he was touching his hair, because I think that hair is so perfect. I think if he did that, you know the wig that Shane wears when he does send nicks. That's what that looks like to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Can I just make one more last point before you play?
Yeah, of course you can, bro.
Now, there's a guy called As the Balu. I think he wants to make his point, so he's written everything in capitals.
What's that in the chat?
In the chat,
oh,
yeah.
God, yeah.
Do you not understand how captaincy works? Odegaard is a brilliant player. Arteta is a brilliant manager. All in capitals. So now that I've seen that in capitals, I'm actually convinced that Arteta and Odegaard are the perfect pair. So
but he's changed my mind. It's changed my mind. I don't know if it's changed yours, DJB. But it's changed my mind, especially if we write in capitals.
I'm telling you, I've been fed up with going to Wembley finals over the years. Honestly.
Yeah. Can I just own up now?
All them cups we've won, I'm sick and tired of it. I've had
no. I like merch and hairpicks.
Yeah, I like tifos. I like tifos and
fireworks and Hanoi announcements.
Posters.
But can I hold my hands up now, please? Okay, since I've read that. You've got me, everyone. You've got me. I'm a fraud. What I have done in the last 5 seconds since reading that is I've got Martin Odegaard's name on the back of all 3 shirts, and they're coming tomorrow. It's the player one, so I spent 130 quid on it. So 390, 400 quid. The light bulbs are out, guys. Yep, Odegaard, that's it. And I've even armbands with the C and the OM next to it, or the MO next to it. Mock.
I mean, Aaron, watching Paul Merson and the likes of David Rocastle and Patrick Vieira and captains like Tony Adams got nothing. Now I've read that, it's got nothing on Odegaard. He's right.
Nothing.
Honestly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to shut my channel down now. This is a life-changing moment. This is a life-changing moment.
All them sort of players out of the water.
Do you know what? I like that. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I'm done. Hello. Oh, that's it. He sounds with us. Oh, fucking Asabalolo. Sorry, mate, if I butchered your name. Sorry. But come on. I mean, come on, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, D. Yeah, a bit of Asda. Yeah. I got you. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I got you. Wait, do you know what we need? This is going to be for you, as the Bolu, yeah? Because obviously you rate the captain so much. You'll appreciate what this absolute wanker droves on for about 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, just pre-warning you. I mean, we'll find it hilarious, but listen to the absolute bollocks that is coming out of this geezer's mouth. Let's just have a little listen to it. Asda, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Let's go. Let's listen to this wank Stano Houlihan.
Gets in the minute that, but in this instance, there's a panic that sets in the minute that Victor Gyökeres gets in behind, which then takes players away from some of our others. It allows Declan Rice to arrive the way that he does,
Yeah.
right in the nick of time. It
70
allows
million.
Martin Odegaard the time to bring the ball under control, to glance out of the corner of his eye at what's going on in.
That's Odegaard there, by the way. That's how far he passed it. Right.
Field, and to play this beautiful pass into the path of Declan Rice. Now, Rice will get all the plaudits because the finish is outstanding. The finish is brilliant. He shows his composure. He shows accuracy.
Ooh.
It's a really, really good goal from Declan Rice.
But it's not.
But Martin Odegaard's role in
Yeah.
that should not be understated.
Yeah, and it
Okay,
won't
Now
be.
you
not
know,
only
now you know
is
why
the weight
Arsenal
on the-
fans are hated all around the world, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of this
Pass
fucking
perfect.
tosser.
But he does it half blind, not knowing or not being able to see, I should say, a clear picture, but understanding the spaces there,
Right,
understanding the player. That
What
he's
about when he
working with.
bottles a tackle
No-
then in his own box? How about that then?
Also, there's 7 Bournemouth players here, so he has the whole pitch. You know what I mean? It's not like Royce. Royce is running from here, so it's not like he's put it through the eye of a needle.
I don't know,
He's
you
just rolled it
I
backwards 2
can't
yards.
listen to this game.
But it gets worse. But the DJB, it gets worse.
I haven't watched
Knowing
it
that he
in
puts it
years. I
into the right
can't.
space.
It's bad for my blood
watch
pressure.
this, watch
Understanding the spaces there, understanding the player that he's working with, and knowing that if he puts it into the right space, he's going to run onto it and he's going to make something happen. But such is the weight on the pass that it also makes Declan Rice's mind up
Telegraph.
about how to shape his body as he approaches it and how to finish it.
Thank
And
you,
I
buddy.
think those
Thank you.
are the best types of passes. Often, when we see players miss an opportunity,
What
it can be
is
because they've
he
over.
going on about?
Right. If you look at that and analyse that, that was the only option he had. Because he's got all them Bournemouth players in front of him. He can't shoot. Odegaard can't shoot, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Gyökeres miscontrolled it. It wasn't. He didn't
Yeah.
drag any players. He tried to get onto it himself and he fucked it up, right? Yeah, let's be real with that. And it bounced off him and it went to Odegaard.
No, I'll tell you what. Just before you come in, DJ, it didn't actually. If you watched the Bournemouth player, was it the Bournemouth player got his foot to it and it went to Odegaard?
Yeah. But that's the only option Odegaard had.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have done that, then that's the only option he had. He couldn't
he
go
passed it
forward.
from
He
here,
wasn't gonna
DJ.
go to the
He
right.
passed it from
That's
here.
the only option he had.
And he was facing towards him. He's acting like he had his back to him and he backheeled it, right? He was 2 yards away. So the only way that he could play it was to soft roll it. He can't ping it, he can't chip it, he can't. There's only one part. It's just a layoff. It's a basic layoff. It's like tipping.
It's just a basic layoff.
He's passed it a couple of yards to the side. That's it.
But
It's
no,
nothing.
look,
It's
it
just
gets
the
even
best
more
2
now.
yards.
But now, guys, the pass is telling Rice how to finish it and what part of his foot to use and everything. That's how clever the pass is.
So
Odegaard Xavier.
So he's had to shape his body. Is he a shaper now? Is it a shapeshifter? Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what he does,
This
mate.
is a guy that's,
the
seen
wrong
likes
guy
of-
on the
Oh,
back.
man. It's
What
all
was that all about?
Again, it's all to make it. Yeah.
Sideways.
Yeah.
That's it. It was just a pass to his left, and no more. Look, I mean, do you get an easier assist? It's just a pass. It's just one of them where there is nothing creative about it. There is no through the eye of a needle. You don't have to be a number 10 to do it. You don't have to be a maestro. You just have to have looked up and passed to the left slightly. Like that's the only skill you need to obtain, is to have the muscle in your foot to be able to roll a sphere a couple of yards to your left. That's the only quality.
There's only 20 seconds up here, but he'll do the telegraph part here. Just get ready for this.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas in this instance, because the pass is so good, Martin Odegaard literally telegraphs it to Declan Rice, and not only says, run onto this and hit it, but run onto this, shape your body like that, and hit it like that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean,
come on,
guys,
come on, man.
That's how you do it.
You couldn't write it.
Yeah.
Do you know? And what Views said about it is very true. It's actually quite impressive to come up with that amount of bollocks. Like, that is quite impressive. It was a 2-yard pass, but he's made out that he's told him what way to shape his body, what way to finish, what way to. If you're having to dig around and find that as a way to big up Martin Odegaard, deep down you know he's shit. You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
So really, then,
Yeah,
on that
we're
logic,
in.
logic, if you
I'm
wanted to
matrix,
buy
I'm in the
Martin
matrix.
Odegaard at your team, he's on that assumption you're buying 120, 150 million pound player.
Yeah.
The fact that Odegaard will probably go for 35, 40 mil in the summer. Yeah.
On his CV, he'd be saying he can help shape your body. That's all. That should be. That would be on his CV. I can shape your body. You know what I mean? What did he say? What did he say about Zubimendi? About
Oh yeah, but when he first watched him in pre-season, he said, "Oh, do you know what I got from watching him for 90 minutes? He's able to take a touch with his left foot and pass with his right foot.
What?
Brilliant. This guy gets paid to
he gets
comment
paid
on
to write this,
to write about football. Brilliant.
Yeah, which has got him commentary gigs on TalkSport.
On Arsenal's website, he commentates on. He's been on the Zone as well. I've seen him on the Zone.
Press gigs.
Oh, really? I didn't
Well, I
know
heard
that.
him. I'm pretty sure it was him. I could tell.
Well, you know, didn't you? You can hear the grinding on his jaw.
I can hear the zip.
Why they all want
Yeah.
to play, because they're out of work. The next manager that comes in, they haven't got a job.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's be real.
100%. No, that's crazy. But you know, moving from one Marvel superstar to another, boys, and then we'll come to a bit of Chelsea. Is obviously the return of the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Kai Hulkamania is back. He's here. He's back in the building, which only means one thing: trophies, 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 trophies. People, and that image, of course, is courtesy of our brother, the Southern Gooner, Matty. Big up to Matty. But look, he's back, and already the absolute spiel is: this is my favourite one I've seen. This is my favourite one. There's plenty of shit, but this is my favourite one. Kai Havertz's return could be bigger than Rodri's in the Premier League title. Yes, it's been a rotten season so far for Kai Havertz. An injury picked up in August has ruled him out all season and has only made his comeback in the 4-1 win over Portsmouth last week. However, we only needed to see the 21-minute cameo at Fratton Park for Havertz to show us just what we have been missing.
Yeah. Here you go, Gorkaris. Here you go, Victor. You're lacking in confidence. Now cop a load of this. This will really build your confidence up. This will.
Yeah. There's a few that I'd seen, but this one absolutely takes a biscuit. And I do apologise. I was supposed to segue this in with something that you said, Joe. Big up JCG. I do appreciate the chat. I know it's been late. I actually saved it to segue us in here. And I forgot, so I do apologise. And he's saying, big up to DJB, Normski and Shane, plus the King Kai lookalike Aaron. What we fucking playing at, JCG? You little git, but we've mentioned Kai's name. Looking like Kai. I'm on to you, JCG. I'm on to you, JCG. Big up, mate. Hope you're all well, my friend. And there was another chat here as well from Ejab. Big up to you, brother. And yeah, he's saying about the Zippy. Zippy describing Odegaard's pass is poetry. I mean, it's poetry, guys. I mean, Ejab, you can't get any more ridiculous than a geezer talking 2 minutes about a 2-yard sideways pass. That was the only pass on that in no way dictated Declan Rice's excellent finish to get us in the game. What an absolute 2-minute load of shite. But big up to you, my friend, and hope you are well, my friend. Yeah, this is exactly what we're looking at, boys. Kai Havertz's return could be bigger than Rodri's in the Premier League title race. DJB, tell me about tell me how much shit you think this is, please, my friend. Because I know from my point of view, what a steaming load of bollocks. What do you make of it?
Well, the thing is, right, Kai Havertz was bought as a midfield player. He didn't know where to play him. Arsenal fans didn't want him. It was another signing that we was all up in arms about. And they're the Arteta faithful, as well as, everyone else. Didn't want him at the football club. Didn't want to pay the money for him. We was told all last season, all that he needs is the missing jigsaw. All we need is a striker. The amount of chances we create, if only we had a striker, we'd be walking the league. We'd have won trophies galore. That's what we was all being told.
Yeah,
so we went and got
was.
Gorkaris. And the reason why we got Gorkaris was the fact that no one wanted this guy playing up front. They all said it. Don't ever want to see Havertz up front again. Don't ever want to see him play as a striker. Then when he got injured, everyone was saying, oh, we should sell him, cash in on him. He ain't going to be the same player. Cash in on him. Don't want him at the football club. If we can get money for him, brilliant. Him and Jesus, get rid of him. Now he's absolutely thrown Gorkares off of a cliff because of the tactics we play, and he can't get the best out of him. Everyone's waxing lyricals now over the Kai Havertz return. The problem is, this guy was with us last season and we didn't win nothing. He was with us the season before and we didn't win nothing. He got 9 Premier League goals. 9. And now everyone's saying about, oh, yeah, but look, you know, we need Kai Havertz in the team. I understand technically he may be better than Victor Gorkares technically. His first touch might be better. I get that. I get that he fits the way Arteta plays. But if he fits the way Arteta plays, then why haven't we won anything with him fitting the way Arteta plays?
Yep.
If he fits the tactics that Arteta plays, then we should have won something, right? So what difference is it going to make now, going forward? What difference is it going to... And I said this yesterday. We could win silverware this year. But what happens next season when this guy's running out, being his number one striker? And what message is this sending out to Victor Gorkares? He said it a few months ago, just before Christmas. We've missed our Kai Havertz. Our Kai Havertz, by the way. Yeah, we've missed him. We've missed our number 9, I think. Words of that effect.
Mm-hmm.
So straight away, Victor Gorkares is going, hang on a minute. I thought I was your number 9. Where's the faith he's showing in me? I mean, football players are not stupid. They're listening to the manager, what he's saying in press conferences. They're listening to what's coming out of his mouth. How do you think that's making... Victor Gorkares is low on confidence anyway. He's struggling in the Premiership. He's struggling to score goals. He's struggling to get into the system, what Arteta wants to play. So he's low on confidence anyway. And now he's having to read all this. So he knows his days are numbered. And I've said this before. As soon as Kai Havertz comes back, it's going to upset the apple cart. Gorkares is not going to stand for it because he's got attitude. He showed it at his last club when he down tools and didn't want to go training. So he's got a bit about him. There's going to be a bust up on the training ground. You're going to rock up at the Emirates. You're going to see the team sheet and you're going to go, hang on a minute, Victor Gorkares is not even inside. He's not even on the bench. What's happened? Is he not well? And then it'll all come out. This is an accident waiting to happen. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a key player to come off the bench. He's, you know, he gives you something different. Perhaps 20 minutes to go, put him up top with Gorkares, put him up top with another striker. I'm not saying he hasn't got any roles to play, but come on, why is everyone getting so excited over him coming back? I'm not. I didn't want him at the club. I didn't want to sign Madueke. I didn't want to sign Havertz. And here we are. We're back to square one. And as I said before, we are going to be lining up the same 11. We're going to be lining up the same 11.
El Burro.
We're going to be lining up the same 11 what failed us last season. What was the point, right? Listen, what was the point of spending over £1 billion if we're gonna run out with the same football team we run out with last season? What was the point? What was the point of signing Gorkares when we got Havertz? What was the point? What was the reason behind it? Because our lineup now is going to be Havertz, Saka, Trossard, Rice. The only difference is going to be Zubimendi. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Yeah. Everything else will be the same. It's absolute crazy.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man. I know the fact that everyone's pinned their hopes on Kai Havertz, El Burro. It's kind of outstanding. And by the way, courtesy of the doc, this is on the right hand side, man.
Absolutely
our doc. Dr. Seymour Butts, yeah. There's a good few. That's he sent me this early. He sent a couple of assists. was nicely reminded to put it up on screen. I hadn't uploaded it. So that was Shane giving me a nice nudge there. So big up to Shane. But yeah, it's it kind of speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's a belter of a one there, Doc. Just quickly as well. It's a nice little timely reminder. We have had a raid by El Capitan, Lee Gunner. He's probably not in the building, but thank you anyway. Gratefully respected as always. And for the people that have come over, it would be absolute fantastic of you. Double, treble, quadruple, double boom, fantastic. If you could smash a cheeky little like on whatever stream you're watching it on. If you could hit a cheeky sub to me and a notification bell on. But don't forget, don't just stop there, you cheeky bastards. Give DJ B at the Arsenal Huddle. Links are pinned a subscribe. Do exactly the same with our brother Shane Gooner, who will be with everyone every day for the foreseeable future until he's finished, until he's down, until he's 6 foot under. 10:30. He will be there every day. Shane Gooner, give him a subscribe. And come on, people, we've got 180 in the building. If you don't want to do any of that, do me one favor, just one little favor. Go on and Normski TV. The links are pinned, and give this guy a sub and get him to 1,000. That would be fantastic. If some or all or any of you just do that, make sure you get him to that landmark. And big up to every single one of you for being here, by the way. As well, it's not the only treat we've got via this excellent poster. Normski has actually give us it's a bit of a wanker of the week fucking title race, as someone put it in today. We've got a little clip from Tom, aka Cunton. Let's have a little watch. I need to use the toilet ever so quickly. I'll be listening. Let's have a little listen to what this plebeian's gonna say.
7.75 expect 6.75 expected goals from 2 games, with Gabriel Jesus being our starting centre forward. That's quite telling. That's very, very telling indeed. So yeah, but I thought what was the most encouraging thing on the day, I don't think without too much question at all, was when Kai Havertz came off the bench. So good. So good. And my expectations are like here, right? They're not very high. He's had basically a year out. I asked Arteta that after the game against Liverpool. Said, with Kai coming back, do you need to temper expectations because he's been out for so long? But no. Arteta was like, we know the level. He knows the level. He knows the standards. And Kai comes back in, and you're just looking at that performance in about, 15, 20 minutes that he got, and you're just thinking, he's standing out. He's getting on the ball. He's creating chances. He's getting in dangerous positions. It was just a really, 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 really good cameo from Kai Havertz. And yeah, look, those profiles, whether it's Gabby Jesus, whether it's Kai, that profile of centre forward just makes us better. We are a better team with that profile of centre forward. So it's not about who, as I say, it's about what. It's about what profile we have leading the line. And for me, we are just a better team with that profile of centre forward. So Kai and Jesus, for me, should be the 2 starting centre forwards for Arsenal. And we are better for having those profiles.
This is the same.
What can you do? Oh dear, man! Come on.
So, guys, these are the same 2 forwards that he has built his team around for 5 years. That is 1-0. That's 1-0.
That's what I'm saying.
We've tried it with Jesus for 2 years. We've tried it with Havertz for 2 years. We haven't won a single trophy. Now he's saying that
we bought a striker.
Yeah, but now he's saying that the return of a crocked Jesus, who isn't the same player because he's been injured so many times, and a Havertz who was already slow and now has a grade 3 hamstring and a busted knee, that these guys who were never good enough in the first place, not just for us, for City, for Chelsea, they were never good enough, are going to come back and save us. This is the mentality that we have to deal with. It boggles the mind. I don't know what we're meant to do. And they look at us like we're crazy, man. to me, saying that, oh, well, Havertz is the other thing he says is, oh, Havertz was on course last season to get 20 league goals. He's never gotten 20 league goals in his life. Not once has he got 20 league goals in his life.
Why did
it's
you
the same thing that they say that Emery was going to get us relegated. They do hypotheticals. The hypotheticals to prove a point. There's no universe that exists where a top team is going, you know what, I can't wait for the return of Kai Havertz. This guy was never good enough. He's not even going to be the same. That's the amazing thing. So he was already crap, but now he's had grade trees, he's had busted knees, so he won't be able to turn as quickly. Even before that, you could, if he was trying to turn with the ball, the defender could take out a deck chair, read a couple of chapters, wait for him to turn, and now he's going to be even slower. It boggles the mind, and this is the problem, that these guys are out there and everybody in their chat's going, yeah, totally, Kai's back. I've never seen it before. There's more Kai Havertz fans now than before he got injured. It's a madness, and that's all PR. That's propaganda, because all of these shills have been out there convincing people that this guy was great before he got injured. Nobody cared when he got injured. A lot of people were relieved, fuck, we don't have to put up with him anymore. You know what I mean? And now he's going to come back and save us. It's infuriating, really. And like I say, if we end up trophyless again with these shills, there's blood on their hands with this. There's blood on their hands because they've kept this guy in a job. They've promoted mediocrity to keep their positions. You can tell me all you want that you're not a shill. You can tell me all you want that you don't have to lick arse. Yes, you do, mate, because you wouldn't be doing this otherwise. You wouldn't be going on raps and lyrical about a 2-yard pass, and you wouldn't be talking about the return of Kai Havertz like he's going to save us. All right, I understand that you planted your flag on this guy. The only reason that you've done that is because you know Arteta wanted him. It really is. It's beyond a joke, and this is the problem with our club. No other club will be promoting the return of a player like this. None of them. They'd have moved on.
And not even a good player.
A long time ago. He's a shite player. And that's where our standards have been. It's because Arteta loves him. That's it.
It's like Haaland coming back for City or something, isn't it? Yeah. That's what they're portraying it as.
Yeah.
Let alone Rodri. You know what I mean? Let alone Rodri. Come on, man.
Sometimes you just got to take
a load of bollocks. Norms, talk to me. You're in the matrix.
No. Yeah, it was quite a painful experience. But as I say, I got to go in and do the Lord's work. You know what I mean? Shane is insistent. I go and get these things. I've got to go in there. I've got to go in. I've got to face it. It's hard work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come out and when I come out of there, yeah, and I'm talking, and then you might notice a bit of blood just coming out my nose.
He's gone in too far, isn't it?
I've gone in too far.
He's gone too deep.
I mean, can you do the Lord's work and just get rid of them?
Listening to it, and when I was listening to it, I said, "Oh my God, is he saying this?" And that's something you have to take a sit. I sit back and go, "Hang on, is he really saying this?" I thought, "No, I've got to record this." Yeah, people need to hear. I mean, listen, he's got all his minions hearing all of this, yeah, and they're actually agreeing with this. We wanted a striker because he wasn't good enough. He couldn't hit a barn door. Everybody was asking for a striker, and now we've gone full circle. We've just gone back to go and get 2 cropped players.
No, we're 70 million quid worse off, plus his wages, to sit on the bench. We've paid all this for Eze. We've played all this for God.
As Waha says, a lot of our fans are in too deep, man. Yeah, Kool-Aid settings, man.
It's all to shield this manager. It's all to make sure that this manager is doing the right thing and to be justified. They was all saying, sell Jesus. If Berta can get 20 million for Jesus, what a genius.
Now
we're looking better with the pair of them up front.
Because he links up play, he does this. He links up play, he pulls everything together. They look more fluid when he's on there. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, the knives are out for Glock. We know it. The knives are proper out. Sky are doing it. Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon with Glock now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this, just Glock 20% of he has to do what it is, but 80%. I'm watching Arsenal against Portsmouth on Saturday, and I rang Matty. I said, "Matt, is it me, or are they making more forward passes? Are they playing more balls into the box? Because it almost feels like a conspiracy. It really does." And then so Matt did. He went and looked at the passing maps, and lo and behold, They were making more passes forward when Glock is not on the field. Something's going on, guys. Something is going on. Oh, he's not making the right runs. He's not doing this. Yeah, he's meant to be in the box here. Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Glock this, Glock that. He's not really a forward. So what was all those goals he was scoring in Sporting Lisbon? What was that all about then? Was that just a figment of our imagination? And you know what I mean? We said it. You, DJP, you and Shane said it on the, I think it was on the roundabout. When they asked you, everybody was saying Glock is going to get 30 plus goals. You and Shane said you'll be lucky if he gets 15.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky if he gets 10.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's not looking fantastic. Look, we've boys moving on from the Kai thing. We've got a big semi-final. And you know we'll end on this. We've got a big semi-final coming up against Chelsea in 2 days' time. I think it's kind of a good barometer to roughly kind of see where we are. And I don't mean in terms of like, you know, it's going to tell what our season's going to be like, but it'll give us a clear understanding as to whether we have generally sort of learned some lessons, whether we've moved on, whether we can cast some demons away, you know, and obviously the demons being semi-finals that he can't seem to successfully battle against. You know, I think if we can come out, maybe not necessarily smelling the roses against Chelsea, but go in there with a decent performance, come out. I mean, minimum DJB, minimum. We need to be coming out of there with a draw. I mean, I won't be best happy with a draw. I want to take 3 points. We've had players rested. We should be able to go there with a first team. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know, let's stink a little 1-0 win. Maybe they might score and it'll be a 2-1. I don't know, but I just want us to come. I want to come out of that game on Wednesday at about 10 o'clock and be like, yeah, we're probably going to be going to Wembley, me and you here, D. You know, it's looking good. I don't want us to do it the hard way, you know, come out with a 2-1 loss. You know, I really feel like this could be a good catalyst for change, as Just Cronky would say. Or is that even Gazidis? I think it might have been a catalyst for change. We kind of need this, I think, don't we? You know, I think the boys, in terms of us, we need a day out at Wembley. We desperately need that next step. And to do that, we've got to beat a Chelsea side. I think we will beat a Chelsea side over the 2 legs. But we've got to get the job done. You know, it's easier said than done. What can you sort of see on Wednesday? Can you see us going with strongest possible lineup? Can you see us getting a good result? However that may look like, in your opinion, of course. Talk to me about Wednesday night, D. What can you see happening, my bro?
Well, there's a couple of things, Aaron.
Yeah, I'm
Chelsea in a cup competition is always difficult. Chelsea with a new manager, they're going to want to put on a performance. They're going to want to put on a show, and then it all depends on what team Arteta picks. Now, if he's serious about it, because we've got to win this trophy. This trophy could be the catapult to bigger things later on in the season. And it could give the players the confidence to go on and win bigger things. Could go far in the Champions League if we get the Carabao Cup done. So it's really, really important for Arsenal Football Club, for the fans, more than anything for the fans, but for that team, for that squad, for the likes of Saliba and people like this. It's really important to get silverware. Just depends on the attitude of what team he picks and what team he picks, because it is a tricky one, because he's got important league game coming up against Nottingham Forest, and that is important because he dropped points against Chelsea. Man City could go 3 points behind us, so we've got to get a result at Forest. That's why that Liverpool game was so important, that we won that, because if the game against Liverpool we won, then he could have perhaps played a stronger team against Chelsea, and then we could have come away with a draw against Forest. You know, we had a little bit of credit in the bank, but the fact that we fucked up, dropped 2 points against Liverpool, we've now got to go and beat Forest. I think it's going to go all the way. I think it's going to be. It's not going to be decided against Chelsea on Wednesday. It's going to be decided at the Emirates, and I think both teams will be in it right till the end. I can see this being similar to what the league game was. I think there'll be a lot of cancelling out by both teams. I don't think it'll be open. It'll be scrappy. I reckon it'll be 1-1. If we come out with a draw, I think that'll be us as favourites going into the second leg. If we're 2-0 down, 1-0 down, and we're having to score 2 goals, then, you know, it could be a nail biter at the Emirates. But I don't think he's going to play a full team. I think he is going to rest. I think he will rotate again. I think he'll rotate again. So we'll have to wait and see. I know Chelsea have got a few injury concerns. Gusto, Reece James is a doubt. Cole Palmer's a doubt. Caicedo's suspended. So that will help matters. But that will decide on what team he picks.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea have put players in, then he will probably go with a weaker lineup. But then it ain't a weaker lineup, is it? Because we've got squad depth and we've got the best squad in Europe. So whoever we play should be good enough to beat Chelsea. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. It will be an interesting one. First goal is key, I think. First goal is key. If Chelsea get it, it could be a long night. If we get it, then yeah, I think we'll go on to win comfortably. But I'm going to predict a 1-1. I'm going to predict a 1-1 and then take them back to the Emirates. I'll be happy with a 1-1, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst sort of result, you know. And Shane, yeah, I don't know how much of that you're listening to. I just sort of feel like we need to get to Wembley, don't we? You know, these players there, and like exactly why who just said this? Who just said it in the chat? Yeah. So how? Yeah, it wasn't actually this comment. It's basically saying the players need to go to Wembley, and I totally agree. I reckon that's obviously the next step, getting to another final, obviously winning it as well. I just think these players need that feeling. You know, you don't semi-finals are big, of course they are, Shane. But there's nothing like a final. There's nothing like a final at Wembley. If you're an English-based team, you know, getting to Wembley, you know, that's a big deal, isn't it? And these players haven't done that under Mikel Arteta. It's as simple as that. You know, you got the odd ones that were lingering around in 1920. But this team hasn't been there. It hasn't been nowhere near Wembley, in fact, if you think about it. What do you sort of like think of the game on Wednesday, Shane? Do you reckon it's massively important that we get to this final of this competition, obviously, and beat it? And to do that, we've got to beat Chelsea, Shane. How do you see that game going as well?
Yeah. Well, everybody knows how much I adore the FA Cup. It's one of my favourite trophies ever to win. But this is the one season where I'd prefer to win the League Cup over. If I had to pick one of the FA Cup or the League Cup, I'd say the League Cup, simply because it could be the difference between seeing out the league and not seeing out the league. I've said before, if we go out in the semis, or even more so lose to, say, a City in the final, and then you're going in for a run in the league, and it's neck and neck. If you haven't won it, or if you've lost the semis yet again, or lost the final, and then people start going, they don't know how to get over the line. They don't know how to get over the line. But if you've won it, it's completely different going for the run in. Then you go, yeah. Especially if you were to get through and beat a City in the final, that'd be massive. You take City out, your title rivals. So yeah, I'm looking at it like, as I said to Rashid, we were trying to sort of pick it apart, and we were talking about the Chelsea players that were missing and stuff like that. And my thing was, if we were playing Wolves, I'd fear we're going to go out because it's a semi-final. Because it's this manager.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's it. That's the biggest enemy. The biggest enemy is this guy's bottling it. And I slightly disagree with DJB. I think he'll go quite full. I think he'll go the usual. I think he'll go Martinelli again. I'm sure it'll be Saka. It might be Jesus again. He might go Gyökeres. Who knows? I wouldn't even be surprised if he threw Kai Havertz in there, knowing this guy. But I could see it being Rice, Odegaard, Zubimendi, Timber. He might go Lewis Skelly, and it'd be the usual two at the back. So I think he'll go quite full team, which is a bit of a risk to me, because if you do go and you can't win it that night, so to me it's risky then with the Forest game coming up. So I think he'll go there and try and play for a 0-0. That's what I think he'll do. I think he'll play the full.
Do you reckon he'll go for like a midfield three? You know, like what we saw against Man Cities, etc. Like with
I think it'll be Rice, Odegaard, and Zubimendi. Because Odegaard leads the press. You know what I mean? I would maybe create a spark. So I can see that happening. But I think he'll go there for a 0-0 draw and then try. But I think it'd be dangerous to get a draw because not that Chelsea would beat us at the Emirates, but I could see them getting at the penalties. I could see them coming there and getting a draw with us because, you know, we're look, it's been a semi. At this point, all I'm thinking is, just get us a goal. Just get us a goal. You know what I mean? Because we only had one in the last 7 games. But I'm not overly confident, but I'm not overly... I don't know. I'm sort of lost with it like I was with the... It's been a couple of games like that. But I'm with views. We could be going in and playing a little 11, and I'd still think there's this chance here he might do something wrong. So with it being a semi-final, we'll see how it goes. I think he'll play a full team, but I don't have that good a feeling about it, really, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Now, and just quickly, for some people don't give an absolute toss, and I don't blame them. For people that are wondering, mate, them Tango jelly babies are the bollocks, by the way. They are the absolute bollocks, honestly. I've had 2 bags of the kids now. I don't care. I'm not even going to replace them. They've been naughty today. So, you know, that's that. As soon as they're naughty, I'm quite happy. You know, they go to bed and I munch all their sweets. Sue me.
Hey, you're making my mouth. You're making my mouth water. You're eating that. You're making my mouth water, man. Jeez.
They're good. They're good. And I'll see Paul Nash before I come to you. I know we're going off topic. More posh with a bit of chocolate. Milky bar, is it? I love a bit of that. Maltesers and Galaxy. That's me. Job done. They're the only 3 chocolates I eat. They're the absolute bollocks, man. Love a bit of Maltesers. Love a bit of Galaxy. Yeah. For the white chocolate, that's golden and all. You know, so if anyone, you know, I'm accepting donations, by the way. Yeah.
No, Cadbury's
donations. I'm shameless. Shameless. Send me fucking chocolate. I'm hungry. I'm on a diet, and all I want to eat is chocolate. Send me chocolate and Tango fucking sweets. Just do it, please. I'm starving. I'm wasting away. Oh, by the way, just on that, 5 kilos we've gone now in 12 days. We're back in the 80s. The 80s. Yeah, 89 kilos we're weighing now from 90. Boom, double boom. We are, yeah. 89, the year I was born. Fantastic year for Arsenal Football Club as well, but we will be going down to the 88s and the 87s, but we will keep pushing. Normski, completely back on topic of Arsenal Football Club. Sorry about that. Digress very, very, very far away there, my friend. Back to Chelsea, the people I actually care about. You know, Chelsea Football Club. It's an Arsenal fan, not a lose weight content. You know, I do apologise, but I'm happy. I'm proud. Leave me alone. DJB, I can't even talk now. Normski.
You
got Chelsea.
Yeah,
how do you see that going?
It's a hard one to call. Just knowing what this manager does when it comes to semi-finals, and the fact that, you know, 1 goal in how many semi-finals, it does reek of, well, the confidence. I think going into this game, new manager bounce for Chelsea. You know, they're a cup team, you know what I mean? So they're used to winning cups. We're not. And I think when we go there, I just don't know. I don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. That's the problem. And I think I look back on, you know, our struggling against 10-man Chelsea. I look at what we did at home to Wolves, you know, didn't score any goals. It's just that fear of Arsenal not just going in and just doing the job. I think he will go with a strong side. You know, because when you're that close, when you're that close, you know, to getting into a final, you know, I think he will go with a strong side, but I just don't know what to expect. I think he might just go there not to lose. That's because that's what he does. That's his record. And then if he takes it back at the Emirates and 0-0, 1-1, then yeah, I'll say we'll probably have a chance. But again, you know, when it really matters, this is the problem with Arsenal and Arteta, especially when it really matters, we never do it. And that's the thing. When it really comes down to the boil, we don't just seem to do it. And it was the same thing with Newcastle. We go there, we didn't score none of the ties. We end up losing that. We end up losing against 10-man Man United. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not gonna be easy. Put that way, as I said, you know, they got the new manager, and he seems pretty confident in himself. and he's definitely going to be chomping at the bits to play us this Wednesday. But let's hope the narrative does change and we come out as victors. Obviously, it's 2 legs, so let's try and go there and take the game to them. Do you know what I mean? You know when we played in that quarterfinals against Real Madrid? Yes, it was free kicks and all of that, blah blah blah. Maybe if it was a quarterfinals, he'd probably go with a different mentality. But it's now the semi-finals, and look what happened when we went to PSG. Look what happened to the PSG team. So yeah, it's a hard one. But if I put as what's the name would say, put your nuts on the table,
Kenny.
Kenny. I'd say probably a draw. Come out of there with a draw.
1-1.
Yeah. No, but I'm sort of on the same sort of lines. I think it will be a score draw if it is to be a draw. And if I'm to pick, like someone to win, I want to pick Arsenal because, I do want to pick Arsenal. I think if there was to be a winner, it probably would be us. But I only think 2-1. I can't see a high scoring, of 3-2s or things like that. I can see it being, by a 1-goal margin and probably no more than 2 goals sort of scored by one team. Well, yeah, it's knocking on the door. DJB, I want you to wrap up the show here. We got Gianni, man. Big up to this geezer, Gianni.
Big up, Gianni.
Big up to you as well. I always enjoy on a Friday night because Gianni's mostly on the stream, and we always spend a good hour or so backstage having a little laugh about everything bar Arsenal and football. I very much enjoy that. And big up to Gianni. He's come in and he said, big up to the legends on the panel. So he's saying, big up to you three and me. I've wormed my way into that title, so I'm very grateful for that. Like a little Arteta worm, I've nicked the legend status. Why does everyone forget the false 9? He's saying was Trossard when we were 8 points clear. Do people forget that? Gyökeres is the missing link. Arteta didn't want him. DJB, I want to come to you with that because I know you've spoken with Gianni. You've done a very, very, very good show with him recently, and you were sort of talking about all things. And I heard Gianni mention about the false 9 as well. And saying about Gyökeres. What do you make of what Gianni said here? And big up to Gianni, and go and sub to his channel as well, people. Still 120 of you in the building. Make sure you are subbing to all of us geezers. Aaron Talks Sweets and Chocolate, DJB, the Arsenal Huddle, Shane Gooner, and Normsky TV, and of course Gianni Calcio TV. Come on, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, he did put him in the false 9, and he was playing really, really well. And then he dropped him and brought Jesus back, I believe, and it all went wrong from there. And but this is what I'm saying. The thing is, and me and Gianni were saying it. This is a manager that's just set in his ways. He's just got plan A and that's it. Even his in-game management, he won't change it. He won't change it if it's going wrong, if it's going bad against Chelsea. Let's say we've gone to the second leg and it's 1-1 aggregate, 70 odd minutes. He'll still play the same way. He won't change it up. He won't swap the wingers. He won't bring someone into a false 9. But yeah, look, we have got the players. You can play a false 9, but the thing is, we've got Gyökeres, and he was brought to the club for a reason. He was brought for the club to score goals. He wasn't brought to the club to be to create space. He wasn't brought to the club to bring other players into the game. We've got players that can do that. He was brought to score goals, and that's his job. That's his main job. He ain't doing it, and the manager's not able to get him to do it because he can't get him to do it. He couldn't get Lacazette to do it. He couldn't get Eddie Nketiah to do it. He couldn't. The list goes on. The amount of forwards this guy hasn't got working. So yeah, false 9. Martinelli playing down the middle. He's another one. He's another one that could probably play that role as well. So yeah, but he ain't gonna. Yeah. He ain't going to. Yeah, no, he ain't going to. He's going to keep Trossard on the left. Trossard's having a fantastic season, but Trossard won't hit this form next season.
Shane, what do you think? In what? Sorry, I didn't actually mean to cancel it off there. Do you think as well with this? And I actually I get what Gianni's saying as well. He has been very good there in seasons gone by. And do you think that it would be quite a risk? Though, Shane, I don't know if you're still there. If not, I'll jump into Normski quickly. No, you've gone on camera. Yeah, look, because obviously Trossard's having a good or such a good season on the left hand side, and okay, Martinelli's the top scorer. Okay, Martinelli scored his hat trick, but he hasn't been very convincing. Trossard has definitely been the better left forward minimum, arguably the best attacker we've had at Arsenal. Do you think that moving Trossard would, okay, maybe better the striker position, but then weaken the left side, or would you go for what Gianni's saying? What do you sort of reckon, bud?
Yeah, look, Trossard's been good. He's been good. He's been our best forward, but it's quite a low bar. You know, it's a very low bar, in fact. But no, look, if he's doing all right out the left, I'd leave him where he is, and it won't happen because where does Havertz go? That's all this manager's thinking about. Where does Havertz go? So Havertz is nailed down to start there, and we got berated in the summer but me and DJB especially said, "Oh, when we play at Old Trafford, Havertz will be up front and Jokeris will be on the bench." Then Havertz started, and all the mutants are in my chat, and I was like, "Yeah, I got it wrong." But then it comes out about 2 weeks later after Havertz got injured that it was the plan to play him. He just wasn't fit. Wasn't fit enough, so it was the plan to start him.
Yeah.
If we were sitting here now, if Havertz hadn't got injured, we'd be sitting here going, he needs to unleash Jokeris. We'd be talking about him like Eze. That's what we'd be talking about him like Eze, going, we just give him a chance. He needs a chance. We wouldn't be bashing him because he just wouldn't have had a chance. So Trossard's season, I'm with Sahal, it's overrated. When you put him up next to a Doku or someone like that, it is. Like Doku's changing games on his own and stuff. But listen, Trossard's been our most informed forward, so leave him where he is. But I quite like him in the false nine. But again, not for it. I don't think you win leagues with Trossard in the false nine. That's always my bar when you're talking about players. You know, a Havertz or an Odegaard. You don't win leagues building teams around these guys. Trossard, like if he was still at Brighton in a false nine, you'd be going, "Oh yeah, man, he looks good because he's the main man and he's getting the ball all the time." He goes missing in games too much for me, Trossard, and he this season he's had a bit of a. It's like he's had the bit between his teeth a bit, which I like. You know what I mean? He's getting stuck into tackles and he seems to be up for it a bit. Maybe the whole are they going to sell him thing worked? I don't know. But for me, now just leave him where he is. Leave him where he is because moving him might lowers his game a little bit. And he, like you said, he's the only one we can sort of depend on right now. He's the only one when he gets the ball, I think, oh, something might happen here. Not enough to get me out of my seat. Not the Alexis Sanchez get me out of my seat sort of thing. But you do think, okay, he might do something. So look, I'd leave him where he is. But I get Gianni's point. I do understand that he was good in the false nine that for a stage there, and of course Arteta mixed it up and changed it when we were in a good run. But what else do you expect?
Yeah, do you know what? It reminds me of. I don't actually know the context of what my great nan used to say. Rest in peace, Nan. She used to use a little phrase, and she used to go like, when he's good, he's very, very good. But when he's bad, he's horrid. She always used to use that. I don't know whether that's a thing or that's an old school saying or what. But but that is like Trossard, isn't it? You know, when he's on it, he is on it. When he's not, he really ain't, is he, Norms?
I think with Trossard, the thing about Trossard, that the specific year talking about where, you know, what's the name was Martinelli was balling out on the left, Saka balling out on the right. So, you know what I mean? Then he decided that he's going to change up, bring Jesus back and drop Havertz into the midfield. It was just everything was just a total mess. But if, say, and this is the thing about Arteta, if he had anything about him, say if he was to play Trossard in the false nine, then, you know, how about changing it up and playing what's the name on the right, Madueke on the right, playing Saka on the left, and you've got your likes of Eze, you've got your likes of Ranieri on the bench, because Odegaard is not going to get taken off. But I'm just saying you've got enough attacking players on the bench that you can change it up. But because he keeps going with the same old formation week in, week out, people know it already. So, you know, we're just too predictable. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So at the end of the day, he ain't going to do that. He's going to leave him out on the left. The only thing with Trossard is that, technically he's very good. Sometimes he overcooks it a little bit, you know, does one too many step overs and stuff like that. And he hasn't got the pace down the left. So playing him in the middle, you know what I mean, he can shoot with both feet. And instead he's very technically, he can twist players up and stuff like that. But when he's playing out on the left, you know, I mean, you've seen going down the wing, and you know he ain't going to get to that ball before the right back or whatever. So I think yes, he would be good down the middle, but essentially he's gonna end up playing down the left because that's where he's been performing this season. So yeah, but it's all down to Arteta having the bravery to change things up, change tactics up, and that. And he won't. He'll just continue to go with the 4-3-3. And the reason why he does that because he's got to fit the likes of Odegaard in. He's got to fit Zubimendi in there. And the problem is when Kai comes back, yeah, he's gonna have to put him in there. So who's gonna take the blunt of it? He's gonna have to hold bench, and Kai will go up front and be the one that we've been so missing, according to Tom Canton. So
yeah.
I mean, can I just say something though? I mean, I know we're going to end soon, so like, this is a fault. This football club has spent £1 billion, over £1 billion, and we've just been talking about Trossard being our most prolific striker. That's all. That just sums up the whole situation.
It really does.
We've had players like Alexis Sanchez, we've had Bobby Perez, we've had all these brilliant players. And here we are talking about Trossard, who we was happy to let go, who wanted to leave the club and go play in Turkey or somewhere like that. And if the price was right, he would have gone and we would have sold him. And here we are, £1 billion, bought a £70 million striker, a world-class, so-called world-class star boy on the right. And here we are talking that Trossard's our best player this season.
Who was a January panic boy.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about where we are as a football club.
The player we had to get because he wanted Mudryk and it fell through.
Yeah. And the player he wanted was Mudryk and it fell through. That's all you need to know as a football
Thank God, hindsight 2020, but thank God.
£1 billion in, and we're waxing lyricals over Trossard.
Yeah. It's madness. Just before we wrap up. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say a January signing. We're waxing lyricing over January signing as an infiller. That's all it was, you know what I mean? Because obviously,
yeah. But I just wanted to sort of end on this as well. Big up to Martin Tapp, Gianni, absolutely 100%. He is very knowledgeable, knows his stuff. He should be on more streams. What I'm sort of thinking of doing for this one every now and then, or I'm going to have a chat with the guys backstage. But I'm thinking of having like a guest on either every week or every other week. One of our boys, do you know what I mean? Like, so we had Jez last week. And I'm not taking their time for granted, of course. I do appreciate people have got their lives to live. It would be great if the likes of Gianni could come on one week. But BBK, you know what we're saying. It'd be cool if Kenny was about to jump on. I'm always a little conscious about some people because they do certain shows on Mondays so soon, and I don't just want it to be a carbon copy of sort of shows. But it'd be great if Matty could come on. You sort of get where I'm sort of going with it. That'd be great if we sort of had something else. But yeah, I just thought when you said that, Martin Tapp, it's something I am actually sort of looking into. But in general, it's fantastic that Gianni's on screen now because he's
sick of us, lads.
He's awesome. Yeah. What did you say, sorry, Shane?
You're getting sick of us, man. He's getting sick of us. He's trying to.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Well, sick of you, Shane, really. To be fair, I'm asking you questions and you fucking take 20 minutes to not answer them. So yeah.
He's not even holding resentments, just like Nick.
You can bring on City and
force in BBK and stuff, and Edge will say we'll be holding bench soon.
Yeah. That's what's going to be happening. The landscape is going to change, isn't it?
I don't really need you this week, guys. I've got
Aaron, I didn't see a text from you. Just wondering what was happening.
I just thought you might want to break this week, guys.
9:30, is it, mate? One tick. Yeah. Ruthless bastard, you know what I mean? Ruthless bastard. Now, of course, man, I will be praying as every Monday I do that we get this panel because they're the OGs, they're the guys, man, the number ones. I'm just the midget in the corner that talks to them. But big up to everyone, and that's where we're gonna leave it. I will ask what everyone's got coming up. For me personally, what have I got? I've got Wednesday. we've got Rashid. He does a little pre-game thing, so I'll be on with Rashid. 45 minutes beforehand, I'm going to do a solo stream talking about Arsenal v Chelsea. So make sure you're there for that. I think that's 5:55 on Wednesday. And then I've got the call in, of course, on Friday, 8:30. Make sure you're there for that. And there was another stream I had set up, but I can't bloody remember. Never mind. We'll have a little thing. But DJB, whilst I'm scratching my nut, like Shane is, you know, I've got big up to the old back scratchers. I've got a few of them. They bloody do the job, don't they, Shane? What have you got coming up?
I've got the we're back with a retro show. We're going all sort of wayward teams. Some teams, some of the panel might not have even heard of tomorrow. So we're going around Europe, mixing and matching. We're going all around sort of Eastern Europe and all around Europe. Wednesday got the midweek mingle. That's later than scheduled because of the Arsenal Chelsea. That's at 10 o'clock. Thursday, me and Kenny Ken doing a little hour because old Kenny, I think it's his date night, bless him, on a Thursday. So I don't keep him too long. I don't keep him too long.
Kenny.
Don't want to upset my friend Kenny Ken. And then we're back on Sunday with the Sunday sit back. And big up to all the chat. Absolute brilliant. Again, Shane, always a pleasure. Normski, my man, and Aaron, always do love the OG show. Monday night's one of my favourites. So big up. Thanks for having me on. And
appreciate it as always.
Come on, you Gunners, on Wednesday, please. Let's get the job done.
Yeah, bloody right and all. Shane, man, what about you? I mean, we all know where you're going to be at 10:30, but where else can people find you? And what else have you got coming up, Romeo?
Yeah, no, big up having me on. I'll try not to take 20 minutes to answer here, but
that's what it's all about, isn't it? Oh, do you know, it's just what it's all about. You just take the show whatever fucking way you want to take it, Shane. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I'll be.
It wouldn't be Shane, would it? It wouldn't be Shane otherwise, would it? Come on.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
No, that's it. That's why we love him.
No, big up for having me on. Big up to DJB and Norms, obviously, and the legendary chat. I'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow morning for the full Irish, and then I'm thinking I'm at 1 o'clock with Northside. Then I have the retro show, and then leading Jez old school. So they'll be sick of me.
Oh yeah,
tomorrow.
old school. Got Jez's old school.
Old school tomorrow. And then anything else coming up? Just the match reaction then on Wednesday, which turn is? I think it's on my channel. Me and Views rotate them and clean through 1-on-1. But yeah, lots of stuff coming up. But main one is 10:30 tomorrow, and then I'll fill you in tomorrow on what I have. Big up to Vincenzo, man, legend.
Yeah, no, big up, man. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Don't forget to be liking, subscribing to these geezers and Normski. Yes, come on, man. What have you got coming up? Let's see where we are at in terms of subs, Norms. Let's have a little goosey. But what have you got coming up, brother? While I do this.
So obviously Wednesday, because Rashid had invited me on to do the preview show, but I've got my show, which is the What's Going On pod. So we're going to be reviewing the games, the FA Cup games, and obviously looking at all the teams and everything. And then obviously I'm going to try and fit my match reaction before I'm going to go on to DJB's. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in because by the time that finishes, I'll be on DJB's show. But if don't worry about it.
That's all right, mate.
I'll just do it.
Schedule it a bit later, Nortons, if you want.
Yeah, 10:15. Make it 12 o'clock. Not really. No, joking. And then obviously Thursday, the 49 unbeaten run still going to keep that going. But just before, and big up to DJB, big up to Shane, big up to Aaron, big up to the world class chat. But let me just say this, right? That game, the Liverpool game, that 0-0 game, Arsenal game, and it's quite funny because today I was sitting down and it was quite funny. Something pops up on my feed, the 1979 game at Highbury.
Yeah.
Now 1979, I'm sure DJB would have been there. So this is just before. It's just a quick trivia because I know DJB and I know Shane, mate. Shane, when it comes to Arsenal and the history of the Arsenal, yeah. So don't wait, DJB. Don't look at the thing.
Yeah, go on.
1979, right? First of all, how many subs did we have?
How many subs?
Yeah.
How many subs did
on
we
the bench?
make?
Yeah, on the bench, yeah. 1979 against Liverpool, 1979.
2, wasn't
Two
it?
or one? One or two?
We
One or
bought
two.
on.
Okay, make your mind up. Make your mind up. Is it
One.
one or two?
Hang on a minute.
Who's the guy's name? Shane. Begins with J and ends with H.
What year?
79.
1979.
Vaguely remember the game.
Oh, I didn't hear the year. I just heard the initials and had a
79,
specific name in
Liverpool.
my head. I didn't hear the year.
At Ivory, we
Ivory,
made a
1979.
substitution. It begins with J and ends with H.
Yeah. It was a 0-0. It was 0-0.
No, it was 0-0.
It was a great game because there was lots of chances both ends.
Oh mate,
Yeah,
I think we
came on
we had one
my
off the line. Then they
that's right. Yeah,
they had one off the line. They hit the
I'm
bar.
gonna sit down and watch this again.
Yeah, it was a brilliant game.
It was a good game, mate. Do you know what I mean?
J begins with J and ends in
The
H.
surname begins with J and ends with H, or his first name?
No,
begins
the
with
first
J?
name.
No.
The first name is J.
Right. And
So
the
it's
surname ends with H.
It's a common name. The first name is a common name.
Okay.
What's a common name? A common English
Got
name?
to be John, no?
Jimmy?
Right, yeah. Okay,
Jimmy?
there you go, John.
John.
John Hudson.
Nearly. Hollins.
John I. Hollins, yes. Johnny Hollins. Ex-Chelsea boy, wasn't it?
Ah, okay.
Right. But you know what? I was looking at that, right? And I'm thinking to myself, one sub. One sub, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, what a great game.
Johnny
What a
Hollins,
great
yeah.
game. What a great game, mate. End to end.
Wow.
End to end, mate. End to end, mate. John Hollins, mate. But I just thought I'd just chuck that in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lobbing the knowledge in.
Yeah, I remember that. 0-0 that was.
Yeah, it was a good game, though.
yeah.
Pat Jennings and Ray
Not
Clements.
Rory Jennings.
That was when, yeah, I was going to say that was when the great Pat Jennings and the great Ray Clements was
Ray
opposite
Clements.
ends. Yeah.
It was difficult to work it out because if you didn't know, what end, because they had the exact same hairstyle.
Yeah.
They wore the number green jersey with the number
Green
one.
jersey,
back,
yeah, with number one.
I remember Pat Jennings pulled off the
It's
same,
only
mate,
because you
honestly.
talked about it's only because you talked about the retro show and that I thought, let me just throw this one in there as a little thing there. So, yeah.
That's when they played in the white. They had the white.
Yeah, the
top
white,
with black
the white.
collar.
And I think it was Umbro top.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah. Pat Jennings pulled off some save that day.
Yeah. I was thinking, mate, who's going to score it?
Bottom court, yeah.
It was like watching it for the first time. I was like, come on. Like, I was like, it was like living in the. I knew what the score was going to be, but it's just
You
like
could have
living
great
in the moment.
nil-alls back then, though. Even up until the early 90s, you could have nil-all games that were brilliant.
Yeah,
because there'd still be a load of shots, and just
the
the
football
keepers
was
would have
great.
worldies.
That's the thing about it, guys. The football was great.
Yeah, because you can have nil-alls now where there's one shot on target for like the Liverpool game. Even when they won 1-0, wasn't there? I think they had 2 shots on target and we had none. You never would have got that. There would have been at least 7-8 shots on target each.
That was the year they beat us at Anfield as well. They beat us at Anfield in the 3-0 in Anfield, and they beat us in the Charity Shield as well, didn't they?
That's right. That's it. Yeah, they
That was
actually
all in
mentioned
that
that.
year.
They mentioned that in the commentary as well. Yeah, they mentioned that in the commentary.
Bastards.
It's a good game. Good game. But anyway, that was just.
that's it.
By the way, just in case that if DJ B or Shane goes on what's his name show and he happens to bring it up, you got
there you go.
that, bro.
We got it from the enforcer.
Johnny Hollins.
That's it.
That's when our Chelsea connection began, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big up the Savage just coming right at the end of it, my friend. Hopefully Christmas and New Year was
man,
good,
the
my
pain.
friend.
The pain he must be going through.
For the 122 in the building, well, for the other 121, he's one of the good ones, our Sav. He's Spurs, but he's one of the good ones.
He talks about each club. He talks about each club. He talks about
all the time.
Yeah,
that's what I admire about the Savvy.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. We're getting the signings in. Look, but I'm assuming by getting the signings in, you're probably on about Conor Gallagher being possibly one of them. Yeah. Being possibly one of them. Maybe he wants a bit of London. You know, that's
James
probably.
Madison off for being
I'm going to
fit.
say Alonso's available now. I wonder.
Sav must know. How far is James Madison off now for being fit?
I don't think he's going to be back for the rest of the season.
Is it?
I don't think,
is that true? Is it? Medical
no, that's Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. I mean,
what is that?
They've been
just
following
Spurs,
his-
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah,
That's a
right.
good-
Yeah. Madison
I'll
out for the
tell you
season.
what. Oh, Madison out for the season. Oh, big up, Sam. But I tell you what, that Conor Gallagher, I think it's only 35 million. You know.
40 million euros.
Oh, so they are buying them. They're not getting them on loan, then, are they?
Oh, I thought it was a loan with an option of 25 mil or
No,
something.
I think Villa was an option to. Was an option or obligation to buy? I can't remember. That was
the Villa one was I think it was an option.
Yeah, that's not
So
a bad.
maybe Villa probably can't sign up for obligation.
Football Heritage just
Spurs have offered to put the money down. I bet maybe. Yeah,
I think stick with Thomas Frank. I think it's more deeper at Spurs than Thomas Frank. I don't think Thomas Frank's the problem. I think it's what's going on.
Yeah. There's something. Savsam 36 mil. So what is that? What buy with an obligation for 36 mil, or is it just straight outright? Because you sold what's his name, Johnson, didn't you? Brennan Johnson. You sold him for 30 odd mil, didn't you? The Palace. So you got a couple of quid.
Yeah. So
yeah. You got a couple of quid.
Saba, don't let this one slip, mate. Don't let this one slip like the Eze one.
Straight by.
It gives them something to shout for the rest of the season. Doesn't it? Bless them. They've got to have something to cheer about in January. Big up, Sav. No, honestly, I can't believe it. Seems like Spurs and Man United. I mean, I think the Premiership needs them, to be honest. I think they need a good informed Spurs and a good informed Man United. Pains me to say it, but it's good for the Premiership, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're close to getting Carrick. Is it Man United close to getting him?
Old Aaron's frozen. Look, Aaron's frozen. See him?
Is he frozen? Or is he just
frozen
doing
with
that? I don't know. Is he?
Smile. Look at that smile he's frozen on. Look. Can you see that? Look at him.
Isn't he? He's either that or he's doing a room.
Someone clip it. Look, Aaron, look at that little face.
Oh, no, his laptop. He just texted me. He said his laptop is, I won't say the word. But his laptop is a little bit messed up.
Perfect time to freeze. Look at this. Look at him.
All right, so we better wrap it up.
Has he got a closer stream? Or what?
Too many jelly babies. Exactly. Too many jelly babies.
Is he come back? Is he going to come back in, or what happens here now? Because the stream is still live, isn't it?
Yeah, we're still live, people. We're still live.
So he needs to end it.
End the stream, Dave.
End it from your phone, man.
Yeah, go to his phone. Yeah, he's going to his phone. He said his laptop is gone. I've done that. I don't know if it's run out of juice. He just texted me on there and said it's. He might have texted you as well.
So, people, we are on the OGs. Our host Aaron has gone AWOL, so we can't end the stream, people, because Aaron's got the Aaron's the only one that can end it.
I'm just gonna duck out and leave you here, lads.
I know.
You can't do that. We're back to the mingle notes. It's the Monday mingle.
Guys.
It's the Monday mingle.
Come on, Aaron. Get yourself back in the show. Quick.
Can you believe chat? Can you believe what Shane's done there? Look.
He's ducked out.
He's done an Arteta. He's bottled
He's not even
bottled it. He goes on about Arteta bottling it. He's just left. He's bottled it.
Oh my Lord.
Shane's left. Look,
let me see if we can. I wonder if he can. Can you get on by the mouse? If we can get on. Let me send him a voice note. I'm just going to mute my
This is weird. I've not had this before. We are. Look at Shane laughing in the chat. He's bottled it. See, look, he's done a semi-final. He's done an Arteta semi-final. Oh, Shane, he's just gone.
You've got to end the stream, Aaron, mate. Aaron is on the phone here. Go on, Aaron.
Aaron
is talking through my phone, geezers.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what happened. You know what I mean? We got you big up Sav, and the Spurs fans just come in and attack the stream. You know what I mean? I thought we were pals, Sav.
Sav has created a.
Yeah, we're signing players in the summer, and just kills the stream. I thought we were boys, Sav. What's going on?
Sav has done a Spursy on us. Look, he's done a Spursy on us. The big up Sav.
Just started to have a word of its own. I'm just restarting it, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be back on very, very shortly. But if you can hold the fort for
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
we're
turning it into the mingle now. We're turning it into the mingle.
We're turning it into the Monday mingle. We'll have some songs in a minute.
All right, then, wait. See you in a bit. All right. Ah, mate. Yeah. Well, lads, it's like this, isn't it?
Well,
yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's all right for Shane. He's gone. Hang on a minute. Who's this in the chat? Hang on. Was it Jay Suara? Yo, I'm going to the Emirates for the FA Cup, 4th round, and even hospitality. Oh, big up. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah, I'm going to the Emirates for the FA Cup. Enjoy.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Big up everyone who's in the chat. So, Normski.
Yeah. How many people in the building?
I ain't got a clue. It's Aaron's show, isn't it? What we can say?
This is like we've
control.
never. Oh, here he is.
I think there he is. He's back.
Wait, Shane has jumped ship, mate. He's left the jumps now.
He jumped, old Shane.
He jumped
What's
ship.
happened?
He proper jumped
Shane,
ship.
Shane just went, sod this.
Yeah, he bottled it. Went, finished.
Yeah. So I ain't waiting for that little midget prick. No. Thanks, Shane. No, I do apologise, everyone. Yeah, I don't know what.
Sava sent. Sava must have sent something down the line.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sav? What's
Because
going on?
that first Aaron, we thought God, you're holding that pose really well. So we could.
Oh, we're back. That's why they call me Slim Shady or Small Shady. He's back. He's back. Well, I do apologise, but we will wrap the show up there. Thank you for everyone that's decided to stick around while I had an absolute stinker, and as our Captain Lee would say, and Ruddy hooked. Thank you very much for everyone in the chat that's been here, that's came here, that's still here, that is here now, that's thinking of leaving because they don't like the look of me or sound of me. It's all well and good. You're all welcome here. Big up to every single one of you. You ever bleached your hair, Aaron? Yes, I have. Yes, and I do have a photo of it. And none of you are ever seeing it. It's embarrassing. Listen, I wasn't the only one that listened to Eminem back in the early noughties, and unfortunately I took it too far, and I've got really terrible parents who let me do what I want. So hence the old Slim Shady disaster. Yeah, none of you will ever be seeing that photo. But big up to every single one of you, and take it easy. We will leave it there. Big up, man.
Big up, everyone.